All right, welcome back to another episode of BallzOut. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
I am well.
Ready to do it.
Everybody's doing good. All the spirits are up.
Yep.
Cowboys are in a little trouble right now, but my spirits are down.
We're filming on Sunday, so there's a lot going on. Namely, the Cowboys blowing a big lead right now against the Bears.
Yeah, for real. Like, comment, subscribe. Come check us out. Share with your friends. We have a lot to say, and it's awesome. We're gonna talk about a couple things. We're gonna hit some quick hits today. We'll talk about Elon Musk buying Twitter.
Big news.
Big news.
Yep.
We'll talk about Adidas and Yeezy. Where do they go from here? Like, what are the after effects of or aftermath after all this crazy stuff going on? Jake Paul is the real fucking deal.
Well,
we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about
that.
We'll talk
We'll
about it.
talk about that.
You can't say that like it's a fact.
Right.
Yeah, no. We're gonna cut it.
Yes,
Thank
I
you
can.
guys for this episode. We're just gonna cut it down there.
Yes, I can. And if we get to it, we'll talk about your boy Josh Primo. I looked at you, your boy. Josh
My boy.
Primo.
Okay.
Talk about balls out.
Talking about balls out.
Yeah.
But we'll go ahead and get the quick hits. This week was a really interesting week. It was a lot of stuff going on. Tennessee destroyed Kentucky. Georgia, Tennessee next week. I think Tennessee's going to be number one. This is going to be an insane game next week.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for that. World Series is tied 1-1, Phillies and Astros. That's a good freaking series right there going down.
Quarterbacks, give it up.
The Lakers are 0-5, the only winless team in the NBA. They're losing everything. It's just they don't know what the fuck to do.
Who
It's
knew?
early.
Yeah.
Nope, it's not. Rihanna released new music the first time since 2016, and it's a lullaby.
Should have just not released anything.
Yeah, you should have just stayed home.
Stay
and
retired.
just waited. It's for a good cause. It's a good movie, but it's still a lullaby. It was.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to.
Shout out, Ree.
And Mooresville football team. Shout out to Mooresville football team. They're 9-1 going to the playoffs. Freaking awesome. My son's school, their band, awesome season. So
What's the mascot?
the Blue Devils?
Ooh.
The Blue Devils. So yeah, awesome. Quick hits. That's that.
Is this the best time of the year? You have baseball World Series, college football, NFL, NBA, and if you care about hockey, like everything
Yeah.
is going
Like,
on.
This is sports.
Yeah,
And the holidays are
Hey,
coming up. Like this is
Pickleball?
the best time of the year.
Little
is going
pickleball.
strong.
How could I forget?
Pickleball coming down the pipe.
But this is the best time, right?
It's
if you're
definitely
a
the
sports
best
fan,
time of the year.
This is it.
Because after football is over, basketball is still in the transition of they're sitting players down because the playoffs are coming.
Basketball is a terrible
It's
league.
just it gets good in the playoffs, but we'll see.
Everything before the playoffs is like for show
Yeah,
in the NBA,
definitely,
right?
Definitely,
Okay.
yeah. All right, so we'll jump into balls out. We're gonna start with John today,
All right.
and we're gonna go this way.
So my balls out, and I hate to do this, is Russell
don't.
Wilson. I don't know if you guys heard. 8-hour flight to England, right? Russell Wilson's doing high knees in the aisle.
Yeah.
Full
On
on
the plane?
workout
Yes.
for 5 hours.
You didn't
in
hear
the
about that?
aisle of
I
the
didn't
plane.
hear about this.
Fucking weirdo.
While the team slept.
And he's proud of it. So they ask him what he did, and he, like a robot, he goes, well, I watched some film for the first hour, and then I started doing my high knees. I started stretching. The rest of the fellas were sleeping. Like, cringiest athlete on the planet.
yeah,
And it's so much that I just buy it.
you
I
have to
buy
buy
it.
it. They won.
I buy in. They did win,
They
which
won.
is why.
It
Now,
worked.
after all this, if he loses, what a clown, right? It's
Exactly.
like,
If he would've
maybe a little
lost-
less high knees, and you would have had a little more energy for the game. But like, I feel like this happened. I used to hate Russell Wilson in Seattle. What did he say? Go Hawks, right? After every interview, go Hawks. I was like, what a corny guy. Then they win a Super Bowl. Should have won more. Right? Give it to Marshawn Lynch.
Yep.
Now he's in Denver. Same thing. They're like, oh, he's too corny and all this. I feel like once everyone buys into this lunatic, they're going to be really good.
The good thing is that he's very consistent with who he is.
So my thing is that who he is?
That's who he is.
Like, is that
think
him?
at this point
Is
you have
that
to
him at
believe it.
home?
Yeah, I
Like,
think
does
it
he
has.
go home to Sierra and say, hey, babe, let's talk about what we've accomplished today and what we want to accomplish tomorrow? Like, is that how he is?
I believe
Indian
it.
style.
Maybe.
But
I
Indian
believe
Indian
style.
style.
Like it is, right?
Yeah.
I think that is
What do
him.
you have to call her like Sierra like that? Like you can be his wife. Does it have to be like
His wife is Sierra.
Well, we know her, so not
Oh,
know
oh,
her,
you
but
know
we know
her?
of her.
Okay.
Like she's a public person, is what I mean.
1-2 step.
1-2 step.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Danny hates her.
But yeah, he's the cringiest athlete in the NFL.
Allegedly.
But I'm all in on him. Like, I wanted to ask, is he a Hall of Famer?
No.
What? That's too quick of an answer. Of course he is.
Oh.
He won Super Bowls.
Okay.
How
or
many
Super
years did he
Bowl.
take Seattle to the
he won it.
playoffs
So
over and over
Every
again?
Okay.
year he was
So is
there. He
it-
took him to the playoffs.
So
Maybe
is it
1,
just
2 years?
everyone that has a Super Bowl ring is a Hall of Famer? Is that
No,
Is that
but
what
they
you're
won
saying?
Super Bowls
But see,
because
you
of
can't-
him.
You can't say
He was the best player
You can't
on
compare him
listen,
to everyone
also lost him
automatically.
because
try to
we-
defend
I
your no.
We
Your
can't-
no was too quick.
Shout out
we
Marshawn.
can't we can't go too far with it. Do I say he's a bad player? No, I think he's a great
Well,
player.
you
He's a
said
great
no
athlete.
really quick.
Is he a Hall of Famer? No, I don't think so.
He-
not
is he at
not
the-
up until this point. Now maybe he continues to do something.
Who's at a
but
who's at a higher level, Roethlisberger or Wilson?
Roethlisberger?
I don't know if that's true.
I don't think that's true either.
I do.
I think they're level. I think they're right there with each other. I don't think there's a difference there.
We'll see what the vote says, but I don't
The
think
votes are gonna be there.
I don't think
No,
he gets
so
voted
like,
in.
like during
when
during
they
the
vote
last,
him in, when they
when they
don't
vote
vote
him
him into the
induction.
Hall of Fame. Like
I mean, 20 years from now.
we'll just
but-
see how it goes.
I think he gets.
But I'm
in.
calling
it
I
now.
think he's a Hall of Fame
I
quarterback.
think he gets in.
Which is it shocked me when I thought of it, but I
I think they
started
make the
thinking,
playoffs this year. I think the Broncos make the playoffs this year.
Maybe,
And then what?
but he's not getting in the Hall of Fame
He's-
as of now.
So we're
As
Eli
of now.
Manning guys.
Yeah,
You take the last 10-year stretch he's had, put it up with
Oh,
Eli's
boy.
career.
Oh,
You
this
can't
is a
tell me
good
he's not
question.
as good or better than Eli.
I can tell you that.
Oh my!
I absolutely can
I don't
tell
think
you that.
Danny, say something. You're just smirking.
I mean, bro, that's the way I see it.
I'm out of
Eli
this
had
one.
2 good seasons.
Eli has
That's it.
2 Super Bowl rings.
Those were his only
over
2
the
good
GOAT.
seasons.
Over the GOAT. He's an icon. Stayed with the Giants his whole career. Played every single fucking game.
That doesn't matter.
All
the
of that
fact that
matters.
you
He
stayed
had
with
2
one
good
team
seasons.
doesn't
All
matter.
of it matters, right? And
Well,
so
his defense had 2 good seasons because he
Yeah.
just
he's got 2
like
rings
Daniel Jones
over
is.
Brady. I mean, Russell Wilson's just not there yet. He's a great quarterback. We'll see how
his
it goes.
numbers are way better. Way
I
better.
think he was a better quarterback than Manning.
I don't.
Well, you're wrong. No, I'm just kidding. I just
I
thought
don't.
it was interesting because, like, I don't think a lot of people, like, I think
Yeah.
you're probably in the majority of people saying, no, he's not a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Probably a reasson for that.
No.
a lot of people hate
I
him.
digress.
They
Yeah,
don't like
because of
because
his
they don't
cringe.
like his I guess his
Oh, I don't even.
Broncos
demeanor.
country.
No, I don't even
Let's
have
ride.
anything. Yeah, I mean, I don't even get into that. I think whatever. I mean, they say he's cringy. I mean, but
They
I
say
just-
he's
definitely-
cringy.
Right, a lot of athletes
You
at that
definitely
level have
can't
their
base-
quirks.
I don't know.
that answer off this season for sure. So we'll see about that.
yeah, we'll have to just see where it goes. But
He's not playing like a Hall of Famer.
no, he's not.
This
I understand, but
Yeah.
that happens too. I mean, neither's
And I mean-
Rodgers.
Neither is Brady.
Well, at the
Brady.
same time,
I mean, for
let's
that-
just
for
hold
Daniel
on, let
Jones
me-
is playing like a Hall of Famer.
I'll
No,
say
he's
this.
not.
I'll say this. Let's
Stop,
kind of
no.
plug and play this now. So
No,
Russell
don't
Wil-
do that.
Hold on. I don't
Let
do
him
what?
plug and play.
Don't.
Russell Wilson is so good that when Geno Smith takes his place, he's fucking awesome.
Oh, boy.
Just saying.
They
Well, I mean,
haven't
this is what happened this
really
year.
missed
That's a
step,
that's a,
So
okay,
is it
that's
Pete
a-
Carroll?
That is not
It
a,
is
like,
Pete
I don't want to
Carroll.
admit it, but
Oh.
that's a good point.
No, that's a
mean-
good point. Pete Carroll is a great coach.
So, and when Russell Wilson starts to do some shit in Denver like he did in Seattle.
But he will,
But
right?
Gino's
I
not
don't
playing
know.
all-star
Do you think
level
he will?
though.
I think he will.
I think he could.
I think he
I
will.
don't.
Yeah, but
again,
but
I'm
you're
not
giving
anti
Geno-
Russell Wilson.
You're giving Gino too much credit.
No, I'm
He's
not giving him
playing
any
all-star
credit.
level. Kenneth Walker is playing all-star level.
I'm not giving him any
Your
credit.
defense is playing
I'm
all-star
just
level.
saying when a backup quarterback, a career backup quarterback, comes in and he's putting up numbers just like Russell Wilson
No, he's
did
not.
in Seattle.
He's not.
Check
He's
the
not
stats.
putting up those numbers.
Check the stats.
No,
Everyone-
he's putting up Daniel Jones numbers.
Everyone wrote
100
Geno
yards
off.
per game.
Back
when
to the
throwing,
stats.
50
argument.
yards
I don't know what
rushing.
to do with
Stats.
this.
Like they're just winning because their defense and their running game is good.
Again,
Everyone wrote Geno off.
They did.
He didn't write back, though.
He did.
Yeah, he didn't write back.
Great quote. Best,
That was a great
best
quote.
thing Geno's
That was a
done
great
in his
quote.
That is a
entire
great
career.
quote.
Yeah.
That was a great quote.
He was feeling himself in that
Yeah,
post-game
yeah,
interview.
yeah.
All right, I just wanted to throw that out
Russell is a Hall of Famer. That's
Yeah.
my vote.
No.
He'll get my vote. If
Thank
I
you.
had it.
Negative.
there. He's getting at
Oh,
least.
Danny
he's
didn't
getting
say,
at
is he a
least
Hall
2
of Famer
votes.
or what? Now, don't
yet.
think about
I
this
don't think
season.
yet.
Overall,
I don't think yet. No.
Bro,
Like
he's
if
been
he
in the-
quit,
how long has he been in the league?
I don't know.
It's got to be close to
About
10.
10 years?
probably right. Yeah.
Okay.
Playoffs,
No?
what, like 8 years? With not great teams,
Yeah.
in fairness.
Legion of Boom? No good.
Yeah, that
Who
was a
who
couple
was he
years.
throwing
That wasn't
to?
like the whole 8 years or 9
It
Who
was
years.
like-
was he throwing to?
4
Lockett?
years. No, Legion of Boom was even before
Well,
that.
yeah.
I mean, their defense was fucking lights
No, their
out.
defense was legit.
But
When
it has,
they won the
it
Super
has
Bowl-
nothing to do with
I
it.
don't like
get
when
it.
you make good points.
I get it. It has nothing
Yeah,
to do
but he won't. But you won't take that for the Giants. You're saying that Daniel
No,
Jones.
we're
is
Bro,
not.
listen.
Please.
You see what you have
Yeah.
to do
To the
there?
topic.
You see what
You're-
you have to
all right,
do?
moving
You're
on.
projecting.
Yeah,
Good
he's
job.
projecting.
I like
exactly.
that. I like
He's
that.
projecting.
Russell Wilson balls out. I like
Broncos
that. And
country.
he won. No matter what he did
Let's
on
ride.
that plane,
He did. He
He
won.
fucking won
I mean, his
today.
teammates hate him, but he won.
They hate
he
him.
won.
Yeah, they fucking.
They
Who
should
did play
appreciate
today?
him. I'll take him in
The
Tampa
Jags.
right now. They can have Brady. I'll do that.
Guys.
Swap him out,
Do you see how
Guys.
fair weather you are?
bro.
I think we
Swap
can go
him out.
back like 3
Giants
episodes
beat
and he
the
was
Jags.
touting the Brady fucking.
Bro, he lost
Holy
again.
shit.
That's 3 games in a row. What do you want me to do?
Dude, he's going through one of the hardest
Yo.
things that a
Fuck
man
that.
can go
Is Brady a
He
Hall of
should've just
Famer?
Retired.
Is
Of
Brady a Hall of
course, bro.
Famer?
That's not even a
Oh,
question.
just making sure.
That's not even a question. All right,
Just
what's
making
your
sure.
balls out?
We got to subtract 1 ring from Brady.
My balls out. My balls out. And this is it's a little bit of a kind of offbeat one, right? I had to sort of dig and look. And so the Titans rugby team out of Greece. You guys heard anything about this? No?
No.
No, negative. All right, I didn't think so.
I think you knew that.
Yeah.
So, right. So,
No chance.
right. So, with that said, a lot of politics in this one. First Greek rugby league was started back. I'll give you like a backstory. First Greek rugby league was started back in 2003 by Australians with Greek heritage, right? League lasted like 6-7 years. There's a rugby union that basically ended it. So then they're fucking done.
This is all mob stuff.
I guess, yeah, right. So
Allegedly.
2013, the HFLR was established. It's the Hellenic Federation of Rugby League. All right, big time organization. You know, big owners in the space, big money. Misappropriation of finances. Fucking fast forward, that goes sideways.
Dan
right,
Snyder.
right. Yeah, misappropriation. All right, fine. So then the Greek Rugby League is started, right? The GRLA. So they start that kind of from that point. It's like, all right, fine. Same group of guys that owned the misled HFLR, they start a new league, right? So they come in, they had all the control, misappropriated the funds, fucking shut it down. They just go open up a new league, new name, and
Same guys.
sort of just
They're
take
like everything seems to be in order.
take
We're
it all
good.
back.
Same
again,
unethical
right?
guys.
Exactly. They go and they take it all back, and they have a new name, the Hellenic Federation of Modern Pentathlon. I don't know where the fuck they get these names from.
Okay.
But and the actual Greek government awards control of the rugby league to the new entity with the corrupt
Which
owners,
is the same guys.
or whatever the fuck, right? So the government's involved in this,
They
right?
paid him out.
And not the Greek Rugby League Association, right? So that's it, right? These guys are fucked and like off to the side again. In 2015, you have a lot of teams. They're unhappy with the new corrupt league of shitty owners from
Allegedly.
before, right? Allegedly, right? So again, this is
We're
just
scared of these
allegedly.
guys.
right? Oh, no, absolutely, right. So I mean, this is just I'm just the vessel here, and right. So in 2015, teams are unhappy and they go rogue and they sort of form their own little league of like 5, 6, 7 teams, but they have to do it like in the dark of night, literally, because it's illegal to play any rugby outside of what
So
the
like
Federation.
night vision
sanctioned-
goggles and shit, or like
This is going to end in people dying.
literally illegal, right?
Is this what started the Ukraine
Government
war?
doesn't sanction it, right? The players would literally play in secret.
this is all
Hear me out.
alleged.
They play in secret. No, it's play in secret. Dodge the cops. Try not to get arrested. They would they would post fake game locations on social media to like deter the cops. Like, oh, we're gonna be playing over here, and they'd really be over here at like midnight playing somewhere else to
So
get these
this
games
isn't
done.
televised. This isn't
No.
like
So this is
they
all
just
that's
really
happening.
want to play rugby.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was
And
about to
so,
say,
and
damn.
again, so it's these are not professional players, right? They're part-time guys with regular jobs, but they're serious about this league, and they had a legit league. But then again, it sort of got pushed to the side. These guys are back trying to make their league happen, whatever. So years ago, they had to play all of their qualifying games abroad, right, for years. They finally qualified for the World Cup a few years back. So now it's starting to get like a little bit more legit, right? They finally qualified for the World Cup. Greece Rugby League was banned, up until 3 months ago. Again, banned, right? So now, but 3 months ago, they're finally like, okay, it's not banned. Like, you can play here on, like, home soil.
Like, we're not going to arrest you.
We're not going to
Yeah.
arrest you for fucking playing rugby, right?
How nice.
The government finally backs off, and they actually give the GRLA the rights to now be the official governing body for Greek rugby, right? So that happened. So this is, going on for fucking a decade, right? These guys finally, regular guys, hardworking
little
the
guys,
little guy,
they
exactly,
won.
finally makes it happen.
No, this is-
Now they're able to play in the World Cup. And so they do. They're in like right now, right? And they fucking played England last night. England is, fucking
Did they win?
fucking powerhouse. I'm going to get to that. England is a powerhouse, right? Best of the best. Fucking fantastic team. These hardworking guys, man, part-time pro players. They battled it out, out there fucking going against England. All their years of hard work they put in, everything they did. The Titans of Greece, right? They morally fucking stood victorious, but they lost 94-4. 94 to fucking 4 just yesterday. That was the fucking score.
That's how you end this?
That's what happened. I mean, balls
So
out.
who was the balls out? It was the team that lost.
England.
Scored 4
England.
points.
No.
94 to
94
nothing.
points.
The
was
Greece
England.
Titans, man, they got
England
into the World
is
Cup.
the
They
fucking balls out.
qualified. They got in. These guys are on the fucking main
I think
stage.
they qualified because they felt bad for them. Then at
Dude,
that point, they went
on
through
the
all this
main
shit.
stage.
That guys let them in.
94.
This is
to
like
4.
Rudy getting tackled and then he's paralyzed, and that's how the movie ends.
Did they get a participation trophy at
I,
least?
I don't have that information. We can look that up.
94 to
But 94
They-
to 4.
And this is why they weren't allowed to play.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Because
I would have arrested them too.
Yeah, they should go
There's
to-
no reason to play if you're scoring 4 points. There's no reason.
So
to
that's
play.
a great story with no happy ending.
None.
No,
What's
none at
up?
all.
Well, I mean, it's
None
a
at all.
moral happy
Yeah, they
ending
were
because
morally
They were at
victorious.
least able to qualify.
It's more
Yeah.
like a balls fell out.
Right.
So if you're England, you know the story.
Oh, yeah.
Lay off the gas. Let them score once at the end.
I guess.
They
Come
did.
on, let
They
them
did.
score once.
I guess
points.
fuck that.
94 to 0. you said.
94 to 4.
Oh,
They
to
scored
4.
points.
94 to 4.
It's like when Philly. It's like when the Eagles played the Cowboys. They let them score
Yeah.
at the end there. It's the same thing, bro.
Yeah.
And they
4
probably
points.
had like a speech in the locker room. Like,
Oh,
why
man.
not us?
Guys, we're
Why
here.
not us?
Like, made it to the main
What did
stage.
that
Why
speech
not us?
sound
And
like?
This is
Go,
our
go.
time.
What did it
It's
sound
our
like? Go.
fucking time. It's our time. We're here. We made it.
Remember the Titans.
All these years, fucking decades.
For
with
this.
our backs against the wall, playing in fucking
then they
secret.
tripped on
Why
the
not
rug on
us?
the way out.
Why not now?
We're here. We qualified. This is our day. It's for our families. It's for
Fuck
our
England.
kids.
We got-
94 to fucking 4. Fucking spanked.
That must have been real quick
That's
too. They had to score really fast. Like it was like over and over and over and over and over.
I
Like,
mean,
Or
wow.
maybe there was just one team on the field.
I don't. How do you score in rugby? By the way, what are the points? Do we know that yet?
They need more than 4. I know that.
No, I know that, but like,
I'm not
is it a
even gonna
touchdown
act
and
like
it's
I
6
have-
points for a like? I don't even know how that works.
No clue.
I know like half of how it works, but not enough to speak on it
94. How the
because I'll
fuck do you
sound like
score
an
94
asshole.
points?
and
Like every
I'll get
score
flamed
has
for
to
it.
be like 10 points. No, they scored 9 times.
No, I want to say is it? I
What we
think
got on
I think it is 6 points.
Dude, this
Or
is a
6 or
this
7
is a
points every-
tragedy.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's
Yeah.
bad.
This is
You know what's funny? Like I just imagine like Schurz just been researching this shit for like for a couple weeks now.
No,
It's like,
it took me like
finally-
3-4 minutes.
No, but
this
I'm
morning,
I'm
'cause
just
I
thinking
didn't
it's
have
like
shit.
Schurz, and then he sits down to watch the games. Shit, it's finally happening. He's thinking that the balls out is going to be and they
They're
came
gonna
in
win.
and
They're
won,
gonna
and then
win.
he
That's
watches.
great.
15
It was like Ted
minutes.
Lasso. It was like a real Ted Lasso story.
He watches
But they
15
got
minutes of the
fucking
game.
Right, but it ends
That's
after like
like,
one
This is
episode.
not
Yeah.
happening.
Didn't happen.
94 to 4.
94 to
bro.
4.
That's
But I
not
mean,
even
these
fair.
guys. I mean, at least they fucking made it, right? I mean,
No,
stands
No,
for something.
not
I would
really,
rather
no.
not make
They
it.
actually did it.
I would rather not make it. I mean,
Stands for something,
94 to 4 is like we weren't even there.
Bro.
They
Brutal.
gave us 4 points just because.
Who
they
made
felt
that
bad.
draw too? The bigwigs in rugby were like round one.
No,
The
England
cab
versus
drivers versus England, number
Right.
one team. In
I
the
don't
world.
think it was round 1. They played a few other games before that, but then it was, England was the big,
It's even worse.
I mean, it
'cause
is
they-
a great
they were-
story.
Well, they lost their first 2 games as well. But
Bro, so how the hell did
Gets
they
worse
qualify?
and worse.
It just keeps getting worse.
they got it.
Well,
Shout out! Remember the Titans?
Yeah, we're always.
I thought we had a
Ball-
poster.
no,
we
Remember
don't, have,
Remember
we
the
don't have that
Titans.
poster. We talked about that poster.
Yeah,
but
balls out.
yeah.
That was
Greece? Was it Greece?
Greece Titans.
Greece Titans.
Remember
I'm
the
sorry.
Titans.
I'm
Never
sorry,
forget.
guys. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. What you got for us, bro?
Well, I mean, mine is not anywhere near as eventful.
Tragic.
as that. But
give us some good news, Danny.
yeah, give us some uplifting news. please.
uplifting. Urban Necessities is doing their think. JC, bro, you the man, bro. Urban Necessities is like my favorite brand. That's not a major brand, but it's on its way because they have their huge store in Vegas that we went and checked out. Went to
It's
Vegas. Best sneaker store you could ever go to in your life.
Yep.
And now he's making it international. They're opening up a second location in Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
And that'll be open by December.
Shout out
23.
2Js.
Yep.
2Js.
Legit.
Bro, don't stop, bro. I've been
Tell the
watching
story.
this guy.
Like, people don't know the story, bro. Tell the story. Like this guy.
I've been watching this guy from doing like little sneaker reviews on YouTube and like sneaker consignment videos. You know, he started from literally nothing to, I'm sure, multi-millionaire at this point. But I mean, he came from literally sleeping on somebody's couch. And he had to ask his friend, like he's trying to come up with a hustle. He asked his friends, like, "Yo, can I sell your shoes for you? You know, and I guess I'll keep the difference." He started doing that, and then here we are, literally the most successful clothing store, sneaker store, consignment shop you could ever imagine. And he's building his brand, and it's now international. I can't be any more proud of this guy. So
insane. It's
Yeah.
it's an
What's up?
amazing story.
What do you think? What's the difference between this person, this 2J's guy? Because I don't know. The only reason I know about him is because I've seen your posts and stuff like that, right? Well, like what do you think is the difference between this guy and the dude next to him that's also doing video, little videos on YouTube and then blowing up?
I think he was the spearhead, is what it was, and everybody's trying to be like him. And you just can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be Brady number 2, right? You can't be Jordan number 2. LeBron has proven that. Anyways, and you just can't be JC. I mean, when he did it, obviously it was a big wave of the sneaker thing coming, and he caught it at a great time, but just he's relentless is his thing.
I'll add to that. I think that when it comes to Brady and Jordan and Kobe, right? They had this work ethic that was unmatched, right? And 2J's is that. Like his work ethic from day one, selling other people's sneakers from the trunk of his car, all the way to having a store, one of the biggest stores in the world in Vegas, and now another store in Saudi Arabia. His work ethic hasn't changed. He busts his ass every step of the way. Right now, he's a multimillionaire, and this guy's still working his ass off.
Yeah.
He's the most influential sneakerhead outside of like
Positive.
Exactly.
Positive
outside of like the
influence,
big
too.
names like the Travis Scott, like the Kanye and stuff like that.
How
right?
long's he been doing it? I don't know anything
Literally,
about this guy.
I think he's just getting like 7 years in the game.
That's pretty fast.
It's
Dude,
insane.
it's
For somebody who, again,
I think that's
did
the
not
difference,
have
man.
the
It's the work
following.
impressive.
It's
He
the
didn't
work
have the
ethic,
following
bro.
that a Travis Scott had or none of these guys. He literally built that following from zero to where he's at right now.
Like,
That's-
think
It's not
about
like
that.
it's
Going
not like
from-
a special talent that he has. He's not a singer. He's not a
no, his
like,
work ethic. Like,
you know
he,
what I mean?
he knows a lot about the
He
sneakers.
just
and he
sold
knows,
shoes,
Yeah.
and then from selling shoes, he blows up.
He's a businessman.
Yeah.
Right,
He
right.
built
you know,
it.
There's
He
no,
built
you
it from
know,
the ground
I'm
up.
doing air quotes here, but like, it's no talent behind the success that he has. It's fully business person.
It's fully
you know,
just
Well,
grit,
being
grit and
like
the work
determination.
ethic is what set
Yeah, it's
him
grit and
apart.
Well,
determination.
It is, but
being a
he
good
always-
businessman is a talent. As
Oh,
well.
no,
Of
for
course.
sure. Yeah.
Right, but
he's
what Tito's saying is that he's not piggybacking off of
Right,
some other
right.
fame.
Nobody.
Right.
You know,
Right.
that's
why I was saying
literally
he's a
got it from the
spearhead in
mud,
what's
from the
going
dirt,
on.
and built
Yeah.
it up.
And, and he, till this day, does a great job of making you feel like you're still there with him, that he's not bigger than us anymore. Let's keep it real. It's us that are helping, right? It's the people who know him,
absolutely.
who pay attention to him, and this and that. But
That
like,
is true. He is super down to earth. He's like,
no matter how big he gets,
Nope.
he's like, bro, I'm right there with you. Like, you can still go to his store and shake his hand. You can
Yeah.
still, kick it with him in his own store. He's not that big
Right.
in his head that he's like, I've moved on. I'm past this. He knows how
and he's
it is.
known, like known. Like Travis Kelce, all these guys are with him. Like
It's-
they're like,
I actually think that's bigger than anyone thinks, and here's my
For sure.
reasoning behind that. So I watch Twitch, right? And the big Twitch streamers, you know, they still get their big donations and stuff like that. But like me personally, sitting back and watching him getting a $200 donation, he's like, oh, thank you, you know, blah 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 for the 200, and then just continue on. And sometimes he doesn't, you know, these big streamers, they don't even acknowledge that they've received $200, $500, right? They don't even acknowledge it, right? I mean, if you're entertaining, you know, I'll keep watching. But realistically, when you give someone $2 and they're like, man, thank you so much. What's your name? Where you're from? Whatever, blah blah blah. You keep humble. You keep being that humble person. You interact with all these people. That has a charm on its own that will get you farther than the other dude. You know,
he's
what I mean?
influential. He's interesting. People are curious about him. Like,
Speaking of interaction, one of the spearhead things that like I said, he just going his own route. During COVID, everybody's locked down. This guy, literally, he's like, bro, I'm here. He's on the live, Instagram live, and inviting
anyone
to come and pick your top 5 shoes in your closet, bro. And regular people,
show me your closet.
Regular
and people would walk in
people
their closet and show them their collections and shit, bro. It was so awesome.
The common man feel
for real. I met twice in there with him, and I felt so great about it. But there was so many other stories. There was a kid in Jersey, right, that had some type of, and he ended up helping him, his family. Like, he did this whole thing for them.
That's what's up.
It was, bro. It's the dude is on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good balls out. That's a really
no
good
doubt.
balls
Yeah.
out. Uplifting. He's
Shout out
inspired
Urban,
me
Necessity,
to be better
JC,
businessman.
Lopez, you the man, bro.
Yeah. Shout out. Awesome.
What
Well,
you got?
to keep it with the uplifting conversation, I'm gonna say a statement. I don't care what you guys say.
Well,
I'm gonna say this.
Sounds pretty
I already
vacant.
disagree.
Fuck what you say.
I have him right here. Michael Jordan is the best basketball player to ever live, to ever step on this earth.
It's facts.
Okay.
Right? That's my opinion.
Facts.
But the greatest scorer ever in the history of the NBA is Steph Curry. Steph Curry is the greatest scorer in the history of the NBA. You have to guard Steph Curry. I was watching the other night, and I know this. I watched him in the playoffs this last year, and I watched him the other night against the Heat on Thursday night, and it hit me. I was like, you have to guard this motherfucker no matter where he is on the court. Even if he's at the other end of the basket or of the court, you have to guard him full court all the way down, because he will score on you no matter where he's at.
Anyway.
Nobody ever in the history of the NBA has ever been guarded like that, because he is that badass of a scorer. So,
I mean,
again,
all right.
that is my balls out. Steph Curry.
We haven't said a word.
I know. Steph Curry is the
I think George said a bunch already.
greatest scorer. He can hit you from half court,
That,
from
goes a
mid
long
court,
way.
from 3-point, from layup.
Not
He can-
layup. How much does he drive the
Yeah,
basket?
this is
He
true.
drives.
Okay, but all
He
right.
drives a
Listen,
lot.
all right.
He drives a lot.
You said a lot that makes sense. He does drive, and he is able to score as good as any other average player.
Better.
Average
What are you
player.
talking
Yeah.
about?
Layups.
Here we go
Oh.
again.
No, listen. No. I'm just bro.
His
it's-
package of
listen,
layups.
dude. It's not like he's fucking driving to the hoop and doing the sickest layups you've ever seen over and over again. He's
But he
not.
is.
No, but he's not.
He's 6'1". He's playing against giants.
That doesn't
Every
matter.
layup
You
has
don't
to be
get
sick.
extra credit for being
You
short.
have to fit the layup somewhere in there.
Again, everything I've said up until that point, I agree with on some level. He's good down low too, but it's not like his layups are fucking stunning. They're just
Okay,
not.
so
all right, his
He's
shots
the greatest
are. His
scorer
fucking shots
ever
are, yeah.
in the history of the NBA.
I would say it's you can make that argument. It's debatable. There's other guys like Larry Bird, that you can say
Not even close.
Kevin Durant
Not
might be a
even
better
close.
scorer than
No.
him.
Kevin Durant.
Not even close.
I would say Larry Bird is
You
one of
don't
those
guard
guys.
Kevin Durant from half court.
I'd
You're
say-
not worried that he's gonna hit a half court shot.
I would say Larry Bird, man. Dude, Larry Bird's one of those guys that he could fucking score
but
on
he
you
was
really anywhere on the court.
That's gonna be my argument. You have to guard him full
That's
court.
going to be his
bro.
argument.
I don't think
Full
you have
court.
to. I don't think you have to guard him at half court. You have to guard him in between the half court line and the 3-point line.
anywhere
You
He's
gotta-
not
definitely
throwing
got-
it up from
You
half
definitely
court.
got to step
But
up
he
on
is.
him. No, he has. It's not something he does regularly.
He does it regularly. You guys need to watch his game.
So
guys.
like 5
you
times
just-
a night, he just fucking launching
Bro,
fucking half court
yes,
shots and
he
draining
will
them.
hit
Yes,
shots from,
you just said yes.
From the paint on the half
You
court.
just
he
said
does
yes.
That shit. Yes, he
Oh,
does
how
that
many
all the
times?
time,
How many
all
times
the
a
time.
season? How many
All
times?
the time.
How many
He
times?
I
is
saw
all
him
the
do
time?
it once in the game he
Right.
watched.
How
and he's
many
like,
times
this
is all the
incredible.
time, bro?
All the time.
More than
He does
100
it at
times
least
a season?
3-4 times a night.
100 times a season
3 or 4
from the
times
half
a night.
court line.
I just gave you a number.
From the
3 or 4
half
times.
court line.
From inside the circle, the paint at half court, in there. It's not at half court. In there.
Just
He'll
past
shoot.
half court.
Yes, he'll
3-4
shoot.
times a night.
3 or 4 times.
Now
a night.
you realize the issue with saying stuff like that is
Is because it's the
hold
truth.
on,
You
as
gotta
people
watch the games.
what we're saying, they're like, "What the fuck is this guy talking about?" Steph Curry does not do that
He
3
does
or 4
that
times every game.
Yes, he does.
Holy shit!
I just told
These
you.
games are recorded.
Yes.
People can watch them.
You don't watch them. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You don't watch them. I'm telling you, I watch them.
I'd like to say something.
Please, John, say something.
Well, before you say that,
Sure,
they
Diego, go ahead.
They lost against the Hornets last night. So I'm just
They did.
so
They did.
Maybe they
That
were
doesn't change
maybe they were
anything.
guarding Curry at half court and he couldn't get those shots up.
And the whole team
How many
was
guards
guarding
doesn't
Curry
change
at half
anything.
court.
So you're saying he's the greatest scorer? He's won the scoring title twice in his career.
Okay.
James Harden won it 3 times in a row.
Overrated.
Russell
Overrated.
Westbrook has won it 2 times. Kevin Durant has won it 4 times.
But we're not talking about scoring
No,
titles.
you
We're
should
not
have
talking
started
about-
with Harden.
Hang on, hang
You
on,
gotta
hang
listen
on.
to what I
You
said,
gotta
'cause now
let me
you're
hear
taking it
myself
somewhere
think.
else.
Scoring titles. You're saying he's the most prolific scorer in
Yes.
the NBA.
Yes.
That should translate
I
to
didn't say
scoring
he scores
titles.
The most
No, I
points.
think what he said is
That's
he's the
not what I
hardest
said.
to guard.
You got to remember what I'm
He
talking
tries
about.
to score.
I
He is
agree
a
with
threat
I agree
everywhere
with what you're
on
saying.
the court.
I
He is
agree
a
with
threat.
what you're saying.
Even
he is.
Even when he
He
doesn't
is.
have the
No,
ball,
he's a threat.
He is a threat.
No, no, no. You have to have the ball to be a
No,
threat.
even when he's
You
not,
can't score without the ball.
Other people score.
Even
he
when he's
doesn't
on
have
the
ball.
bench.
You can't
And
score
you have to
without the
double
ball.
team it. You have to double
You
team.
Even
can't
in a
score
bathroom
without
break,
the ball.
he is a
What
threat.
about when he's on the bench? Is he a threat? Is he a
No.
threat?
Walk-
Walking
on the
into
court.
the building, he's a
He's a
threat.
fucking threat.
When he's on the court.
Psychologically,
If he doesn't have
he's
the
a
ball,
fucking threat.
you're still double teaming.
Yeah, no, he's again, dude.
He's a
He's
threat.
legit. He's a threat. He can fucking score from anywhere on the court. I do agree with
It's
that.
not a crazy
He can
statement.
score.
It's
No,
not
it's
a crazy statement.
I don't know if he's the greatest of all time, but you can
I'ma
make
tell
the
you
argument.
this.
He's
The
top
only-
5
to me,
without
the
even
only
thinking
person-
about it.
The only person that's close to him is not even any of the old school people. Is Luka Doncic. He's the only
Bro,
person
you have a
that's
short
close to
term,
him.
bro. That's because that's what you're
No.
watching right now. This
I've
is a
been
short
watching
term memory
basketball my
thing.
entire life. Nobody has ever
So-
been this prolific.
So I just
scoring.
want to get this
Nobody.
clear. You've been watching it your whole life, and the 2 players that are currently active in the league trump everyone who's ever played.
They're the only 2 players that are active in the league. I said
No, no.
right
Your top
now,
2
You said
are
right
active
now,
right now.
based
the
on
top
everything
2
that I've seen.
of-
Kobe used to take a shit ton of shots.
All right,
a million shots.
Again,
a game.
we're gonna just Kobe, LeBron.
LeBron
like, you
can't
really,
shoot. He can't.
You
shoot.
realize that you're forgetting all the other players. You're only naming
No, there's
these
nobody
2.
else. Who else? Give me one.
There's no one to remember. He's
No, no,
up.
no.
I
give me
said
one.
Larry Bird already.
Larry Bird was not a prolific scorer, bro.
Kyrie Irving.
He was not prolific. You didn't have to guard him everywhere on the court. You didn't have to. That's a fact.
You guys hearing this?
Yes, please hear this.
You did not have to guard Larry
No,
Bird
you did
anywhere.
not.
Oh, so where did you have to guard him? I just want to be
You
clear.
just had to guard him from inside.
You didn't
the
have to
three-point
guard him
line.
at all?
That's it. No,
You didn't have to guard him past the 3-point line.
you didn't have to guard him everywhere on the
He's
court.
been watching basketball his whole life.
Yeah,
You didn't have to. Just saying. Listen.
bro.
You
ever play Jordan versus
Steph
Bird as a
Curry-
kid? You ever play that game?
I'm going back to because you guys like to fucking just
No,
take it
Steph
to
was
another.
good.
Steph Curry is the most prolific scorer the NBA.
I said
ever
no room
seen.
for
I said
debate?
you can make
No
the
room for
argument
debate.
Because
You can
I'm
make the
saying
argument.
My
I'm
opinion.
saying you're making like
There's
I
debate,
think it's
obviously.
up for debate, but
You
I
guys
don't
haven't
think
given
you
me
can
anything.
say
I think I have.
You can't
Durant,
say
Durant
what?
is up for debate.
You
can't
guys
say
haven't
Durant
given
is
me
not.
anybody.
Larry
said
Bird is
Durant.
not even close to Durant. So Larry Bird is a
Durant
he's a
is
dead.
up for debate.
But-
Give me
Bro.
that.
I'll
'cause
give
okay.
you. Kevin Durant is close. I'll give you that.
And I mean, so Jordan's not even in this discussion.
Jordan
Trash.
wasn't. Jordan was.
How many scoring titles did he win?
He won a lot of scoring.
But I know it doesn't count.
But Jordan was. You knew what Jordan was gonna do. Jordan was either gonna drive on
he
you
was
or
gonna
he
score.
was gonna
And
fade
you
away
still
on you.
couldn't stop
He
him.
wasn't. I know that. But he wasn't hitting
Bro,
three-pointers.
you
He
know-
wasn't. Bro, you
you-
have to guard Steph
You know what
Curry
Steph's
no
gonna
matter
do
what.
too. You know what he's gonna do.
He's going to hit it from anywhere on the court. Jordan wasn't hitting it
That's
from
why he's
everywhere on
fucking
the court.
awesome. You know exactly what he's gonna do. He's gonna score on you. Period. I
Again,
agree that
I
Steph
said
is
he
a
is
fucking
the greatest basketball player has ever stepped foot on this earth. 100%. Defense and offense. But I'm saying score where you have to guard everywhere on the court.
I
Steph
am
Curry.
not in a. I do not have a stark disagreement to it.
Yeah,
I
you do
said,
have a
no,
disagreement.
I said from the
There's a-
beginning.
You're just
Tone
going
of disagreement.
overboard.
I said it's
You're
debatable.
going overboard.
not.
I said you can make the argument. It's a great argument. He's top 5
We
without
agree,
even thinking
yeah.
about it. I didn't
Top
even think,
five what? Score?
without even thinking about it. You don't even have to make a fucking list.
disrespect.
He's
Jordan
in the
won
top 5.
at least
Steph,
10
the
scoring
disrespect.
titles.
That's not disrespect. I'm saying without even thinking about it. You don't even need a list of players. Steph is top 5 hands down. Period. But when you get into that top 5, like you have to have a discussion to just like,
No, we can have a
he's
discussion.
fucking, he's number
But
1.
in my opinion,
you
he's
know?
number one.
And then
I
after
don't give a
number
fuck.
1, you know who else is number 2? The other guy that's fucking playing right
Lewis
now.
will
Look-
die on this
All
hill.
right, all right. Top 5. Go. Don't. It doesn't have to be in order. Just top 5.
Bro, you have to
So
kinda
danger.
think
like,
about these things.
No,
just what you think.
Off the top
You've
of your
had
head.
weeks to think about this shit.
No.
I think it's probably so. I think Curry's top 5. Maybe it's the recency bias. I think Durant is there too. Durant's a
Insane.
really, really
It's
good
hard.
player, and he's
so
7
tall.
foot tall.
You can't touch the ball up there.
And then
almost.
you throw Jordan, Kobe in there. That's 4. I mean, I have the recency bias too, but
So no Larry Bird.
I'm not gonna lie and say I was watching Larry Bird play. I don't know. I know he was really good.
based on what I know, based on what the highlights that I've seen, I didn't see him being that dominant.
Bro, he
is what
was
I'm
the
saying.
guy that would come
that's
out
fine.
every game. He'd tell you, I'm putting fucking 40 on you, and he would do
He
it.
wouldn't say that, but
Yeah, well, he would. He'd say, I'm putting 40 on you,
Here-
and he would do it.
I'll tell you. I'll
You
tell
know?
you.
I
my
mean, you
top
weren't
5.
there for it,
I
but
wasn't.
if you
but
watch film,
I'm going to tell you my top 5.
said that.
And it's not none of them.
all right?
I would say.
Surprise, surprise.
I would say Kareem, Shaq,
JJ Barea.
Jordan, Kobe. Kobe is in there because he took a lot
Wait
of
a
shots,
minute,
but he
wait a
was.
minute.
Listen, this is my top 5.
I know, all right.
See, I can't even
But
give
no,
my top 5.
no, I need
Let
clarity.
me give my top 5.
You said you score anywhere on
just
the
needs
court.
more, and
that was
Shaq only
Steph, and now
scores-
Shaq can't score past the fucking
Prolific
free
that
throw
you
line.
can't guard is what I'm
No,
talking
that's-
about. You
oh,
couldn't
oh.
guard him. You
Okay.
can't guard.
All right, so we're just talking about unguardable.
That's what I've been saying since the
No,
minute I said
you
it.
said Steph can score
He's
anywhere on the court.
unguardable. That is unguardable. You can't guard that.
That kind of does prove his.
He doesn't even have to touch the ball. You catch it and shoot it. That's what I'm talking about. He's
Okay.
unguardable. So Kareem, Shaq, Jordan, Kobe, Steph Curry. Those are my top 5 scorers, the best scorers the NBA has ever seen.
Okay.
I'm going to
Well,
stick to that.
I
Kevin
guess.
Durant is probably
I
6.
mean,
probably.
Again, when I bring up someone like a Larry Bird, it was because the way you had prefaced it to start with was anywhere on the court, 3-point line, inside the paint. He was one of those guys. Now you're like fucking Shaq. It's like, okay,
Well,
he's
I
a
think-
monster.
Well, I think
like,
what he's saying
I
is
said
yeah,
fucking
there's
Shaq
guard
with
inside,
anger.
but
Bro, he
half-court line.
spent 5 minutes talking
gotta
about
push
the
it back
half-court
now.
line.
Because
Like, now he
Steph
brought up
Curry,
Shaq.
because
who
Steph
fucking
Curry
can't
is
hit free
6'1".
throws, you know?
He's 6'1", so he has to shoot from everywhere on the court. Shaq wasn't a good shooter, so he had to score from low. I'm saying
I don't
unguardable.
think that makes him a prolific scorer. Shaq was dominant.
He
for
was
sure.
unguardable.
Shaq was a prolific
He was a
scorer.
prolific scorer.
You would give him the ball and he
100%.
would dunk every time.
He
I mean,
would tell
could-
you he's going to score 40. He was scoring
He didn't
40.
say that.
I'm saying he would tell you if he had to tell you that. But again,
It's a little bit of a mix-up there, but
no,
fair
that's
enough.
because you guys aren't listening.
I heard you.
You did not go into this with an open mind about
And-
having a
and-
discussion.
yeah.
I just
And-
want to say that
yeah.
he kept saying we
Well,
can have a discussion.
he opened
and
up
we
that
did not.
way. I don't give a fuck what you guys say.
I did. I did
So-
set the expectation,
That was-
right?
that
I
was
said
pretty
I don't give a fuck
close-minded
what
of
you say.
That's very close-minded.
Unguardable.
I could have
But
said anybody after that.
If he
Larry
could have
Bird,
turned our
anybody.
mics off, he would have.
fucking-
I should have. You know how the voice? I don't know if you watched the voice. They hit a button and everybody else's mic.
Right.
Go, I want to do that.
That was it.
But anyways, that's my balls out.
That's a
Thanks
good
for
one.
shitting
That was
on
a
my
good
balls
one. Hey,
out.
Seth. I mean, Steph Curry is
Steph,
fucking. He's legit.
You're invited here anytime you want.
He's legit. He's
Um,
local, man. He might show up.
Speaking about prolific. Speaking about greatest of all time.
Hang on, Tito. How about your balls out?
Oh,
He said,
I was gonna introduce.
that the
him.
lead-in?
Yeah, that was
Got
the
him.
lead-in. You like that shit?
Speaking of prolific balls out, Tito, what do you got?
Your balls are literally out right now. I can see it.
Well, mine's it's gonna be pretty quick. It's gonna be Call of Duty. Is my balls out? The new game came out this weekend. I've been playing it all weekend. You know, like it's been great. It feels like the origins are back. I mean, well, so I don't know if I'm talking by myself here.
You might be. I don't know what the origin is.
How big is Call of Duty for any of y'all? Like,
Well,
I play Warzone
I like it.
you play
Warzone.
Warzone a lot.
I don't play video games
Why is that?
because I get dizzy. You wanted me to say that on camera. I get dizzy, so I can't play.
ass.
I can't play those video games. I can play like golf and like football and Madden and stuff, but I can't do those.
He gets
great.
nauseous.
That's good.
Yeah, I get nauseous.
Tummy aches.
Literally.
Tum.
No,
Hurts.
so at least for me, you know, if you think, and I was thinking about it, it's like when we go back to like thinking about the biggest, you know, for the longest times that a franchise has been as far as like video games go. I know that NFL and all that, you know, they've been year on, year off, but like besides that, Call of Duty, they've been rocking basically number one for the longest time. It's been a huge impact for me. I mean, I've been playing like ever since like I don't know 2000 like 10. I've been playing this game. I bought every one since then. It feels great. It's come back. The borderline homophobic lobbies are back. You know, they're just men talking to each other and like they're gonna
Very nostalgic.
very nasty stuff to each other. It's great. I love it. It's amazing. You know, it brings a lot of memories back.
See, I've never played the game, but the other day I was watching the commercial for the new one, and it came to my mind that at this point, these games are like interactive movies. Like you control where the movie takes you, and that's dope. I wish I could play
that's
these
like
games.
the campaign
The alternate
mode, but he's
ending
talking about
kinda-
like the multiplayer
Yeah.
stuff. Most people don't play campaign mode. I'm more of the old school campaign mode type person, and I
Well,
you know,
in
I
the
suck
multiplayer,
online, so
you don't play like a
you don't do a
storyline?
storyline.
No, it's just
Now,
like
when you play
shoot 'em up
online,
team.
it's just
You pick a
freestyle.
field
Whack.
to have a no. It's
Whack.
fun though. It's fun.
Whack.
It's
I like
fun.
a story.
It's fun, but like it's fun, but it's not fun because
Mario Brothers,
Most
you
people
know?
that are playing online are so much better.
And then you say
And you
people,
just fucking
most
suck.
Babies
Like,
on there playing.
Right, just this.
Most
Yeah.
7-8-year-olds out there.
Yeah, dude,
whoop
It's like
my
I'll get
ass.
on there, I'll
Yeah,
try
they
it a little
kill you
bit,
and then they
I'll
talk
get
shit
fucking-
to you.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
that's why campaign mode to me
emotional
would be
damage
better.
overload.
Well,
if
campaign
you
mode's
play-
just like playing by yourself, and
Exactly.
right. No,
Nobody's gonna-
I
if the
agree.
computer kills me,
if
then
I get online, I just get smoked out, and it's just not fun. So
Yeah, I will say
Lewis
this.
likes the story.
I will
Yes.
say this: 35, you know, reaching 35 years old, and I'm playing this game,
You
and
old.
I'm like, I've never
Damn.
been, I've never been like amazing at this game. But I was pretty good, you know, I was above average. I'm getting my ass kicked, like handed to me over the last 2 nights, and I'm like, but at the same time, it's happening, and I'm like, yeah, I'm having fun. This is great. This is, you know. Sure, you know, why
Right.
not? But yeah, these kids are fucking, they're just beasts at the fucking game. So that's it. That's my balls out. I think Call of Duty, like, you know, they've continued to, and it's been a roller coaster. They've been really sucky games, and they've come back. I don't know another franchise that's like, has that, that's sort
Madden.
of like,
Madden,
Madden, for
but that's
sure.
the thing. Madden is like,
Grand Theft
you're
Auto.
I feel Madden gets better every year.
Grand
I
Theft
don't
Auto.
feel like it's
but you're following a sport that is happening in real
live.
life.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. To me, it gets better every year because the players get better every year, and to me, it's like I don't see a dip on Madden.
One thing Madden does disappoint me. It is not very different every year. Rosters,
That is true.
Rosters get
Rosters
updated,
change, but
yeah.
Madden
but
itself doesn't
sometimes there's a little bit something different with.
I
a
always
hit
play the
stick or
storyline,
whatever,
like my
but-
career type thing. I do the same thing with golf.
Big story guy.
Yeah, I'm a big storyline. I want a storyline.
But
If
Madden
I'm
has
not-
no competition. These sports
None.
games has
What do
no
you mean?
competition.
They have a monopoly.
It's
bro.
it's
No
Madden
other
and there's,
football
there's
to
no one
rival.
else.
Oh yeah,
Call of
Well,
Duty
just like
has
the NFL doesn't have
Battlefield.
I thought
competition.
They
Apex.
used to. They used to have one. I forget
I
what
thought
it was.
two
That
K
NFL
NCAA would be
2K.
dope.
was supposed
2K.
to
It's coming back.
something.
I
Yeah.
can't wait.
I'm
bro.
gonna buy that.
With all the NIL deals. That's gonna be the
And they
Madden's
have a
competition.
story too. You
What,
can do like
NCAA?
What, the college
Dynasty
ones?
mode.
Yes.
Yeah, they took
yes.
that away for a
I used to
while.
play
Yeah.
that shit.
Coming
a
back
lot.
next year, I think.
Yeah.
That mode, that storyline.
Yeah, the college
mode,
shit is
man.
dope. I mean, you know, you can run the option. I always like
Yeah, I
the,
love
the,
the
the
option.
playbooks are so much better in the college games, you know, than
And you can recruit, like you
NFL
could have the
ones.
dynasty
Yep,
recruit.
Yep,
You
yep.
can-
And then you can import
Fired
into
up.
Madden.
I'm
Oh,
fired.
You know, you make a player in college, have them go through all of college, and then you can actually import that
into
player
the NFL.
into
Yep.
the NFL. That was kind of
Franchise mode.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
legit, and they did away with that. But
Yeah.
All right,
all
well,
right,
good
man.
one. That
Good
was a good
balls
one.
out. Good
Thank you,
balls
sir.
out.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Something
Tito.
that I don't do a lot, but when I do, I
It's too manly for you. or
golf.
something.
Golf. I like the golf one, the new one with Tiger Woods. That's the one I play.
It looks official.
I've been playing the shit out of that.
It looks
and
official.
I heard that they do seasons, like not seasons, tournaments, weekend tournaments. And I'm trying to see if I
Against
can get
players?
in. Yeah,
Like-
I'm trying
like online?
Online, I'm trying to see
I
if
need
I
to
can
start
get in.
getting
Start
more
your
into
own.
like Oculus.
I know,
and shit
but I
like
don't
that,
know
and
people
playing
that
some
have
of
it,
these
so
sports
I'd
games,
rather
like
jump
these
into
golf
something.
games on the Oculus. I mean,
Yo,
I wanna
I haven't
do it,
fucked
but-
with it.
Yo,
I haven't
I'm
fucked
dying
with
to do
it,
the
but
football
But they don't
one.
have like I need like a
No, I get
handle
it.
or something.
Yeah, I get
like-
it. Like,
I remember
I'm
when
down to-
the
it'll get
PlayStation
there at
had
one
the,
point.
the wand, bro. That was dope. We used
They
to play
still
that shit.
have- they
The
still
Wii
have-
had that
but
for a while.
It's
But that wasn't the same. That one was
it's
legit.
the VR. Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't
But
have a wand for it.
I'm dying to
You
play
can use the
football on
ones in the
Oculus,
VR.
bro.
Oh, can you?
For the
That's what I'm
PlayStation.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not seen it.
Bro, you're the
It's legit?
quarterback on the line, like for real.
Oh
You gotta
yeah, I
hike
seen
it,
that.
and
There's
Really?
a commercial. I
crazy.
seen a commercial like
Oh
that.
man,
It doesn't look
take a look
legit.
at that.
You might
I'm
wanna
sure in
buy
like
like
5
a,
years it's gonna be better. But
You might want to like buy like a bounce house,
Right.
and play it inside
So you
that
don't
bounce
go
house.
running
bust
through
your
a
ass.
Yeah.
You might run through your wall. So
All right.
What do you think? What do y'all think is gonna be bigger, virtual reality or augmented reality? And do you know
Difference,
the
I
difference?
don't know the
yeah,
difference.
nobody knows the difference between
okay,
the
sorry,
two.
Those
this is
big
wrong
words.
podcast.
Well, we know the one, but what's
Right,
augmented?
what's
So
augmented?
augmented reality, basically, it's a pass through, right? So you're still looking at everything that's in front of you, but then it's like you're adding a layer of digital,
almost like a
space.
hologram in your
Right.
reality.
digital
thing.
space in
Yeah.
front of you.
Like
in
you see
between.
you see the silhouette in front of you.
You can see right.
It's not
right.
first person, but it's almost like a second person type thing.
No.
Nope.
You're seeing like for example, right now Microsoft or not, Quest, Meta released this thing which is augmented reality, right?
It's
And
Meta.
then you plug it into your computer, and then basically
This
you have
is
it here. You can. The
It
what
is.
now?
This
It is.
world.
Yeah,
It's getting
you can
dangerous.
see everything, right? You can see everything, but then virtually you can add virtual monitors besides your monitor. So you have one monitor and one computer, but then virtually through these glasses, you can add additional spaces
Iron
in
Man
your
shit.
real world.
Iron
that
Man
loo-
shit.
That looks like
Yep.
monitors.
I'm legit afraid of
We
this
got to
shit.
get rid of computers,
I'm legit
unplug
afraid
the
of this.
robots.
You know whose fault it is? Elon Musk.
Oh, what a
Oh,
It's his fault.
segue.
Interesting.
It's his fault because he's so smart and he's creating all these, No, I don't know if it's his fault or
Right.
not. I just wanted to segue into that.
Smart enough to buy Twitter.
But it is scary though.
Well,
it's scary.
I don't like any of
Especially
that.
when
I
he's
don't
talking
like it.
about making chips to plug in your brain. That's
He did talk about that because he was talking about like this virtual reality shit. You have a chip in your fucking brain and then you can play these games.
Nanobots or some shit.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm gonna dig a deep hole
You
and
know,
go in it.
you know, he has a company. He has a company, and this, I like looked at the keynote of this. He already has a company where basically he implanted a chip into a pig,
Oh, boy.
and basically they made
Your
it.
boy,
They
listen up.
connected it to the pig's brain in such a way that when the pig's nose touched something, this chip through the pulses of the brain acknowledged it, and then you can have that here, right? In a like you can see the data in your computer.
What he touched with his
Like,
nose?
With his nose, he touched something. But that signal from the brain that the pig touched something, it came into this chip, and then now you have that data in a tablet.
What about that freedom topic?
No, thank
guys?
Coming up.
And for that reason, I'm out.
Right.
So, segueing into this technology and all this stuff, right? Elon Musk purchased Twitter for $44 billion.
He's a beast.
$billion dollars.
Needed a tax write-off.
My question to you guys is this big news or is it an overreaction?
No.
Is it big
Well,
news
it's big
or is it
news.
Big
overreaction?
news. Yeah, it's big news.
Why is it big news?
Well, that's a good question as well.
Because
Well,
it's an
I'll
overreaction.
I'll say this. He was bullied into buying it because he was about to back out, go in, back out, but then they sued him, and now he bought it. Right, so he was basically bullied into buying
The
it.
price didn't change. So that was a positive
Right,
because
right.
it stayed the same from
Right.
his initial offer, and they were trying to do whatever. And again, I'm assuming here, but I think he wanted those three executives out from the get go. He didn't want them to be there, and that
The
was part of
CEO
the
and-
that was
yeah.
part of the fight that they had, which he actually owes them like $187 million that he has to still pay them, which is insane.
Which is not a lot.
but to him, it's
So
nothing.
he's
It's
not-
literally
This guy
in
has-
his couch.
He is
literally
not worried
3
about that.
Teslas, and then he has it.
Yeah,
if
he has a
flips
bank
a
account
cushion
somewhere,
of
he's
his
like,
couch, it's in there.
he's gonna give him a couple
Mine will have
freaking
M&Ms or
cryptocurrencies.
something like
and
That
all.
amount of money doesn't even seem real,
It doesn't.
right?
44 billion doesn't seem.
That's
real.
not
At some
real.
point, it can't.
Right.
Be
That's not real
bro.
money.
At some point, it can't be real.
Like someone says he has that money and he says he gives. That's not real
It
money.
just translates to leverage.
I don't know if that-
and once
that's
you
not
have
right.
leverage,
Yeah.
It's not.
do whatever you want.
So okay, let's go a little deeper on that, right?
Oh boy.
$44 billion. He didn't like go into a bank and be like
No.
it wasn't like that. I mean,
Right.
and I don't know. Because I
Well,
don't
how
know what
was
that-
it?
I don't know. I'm asking. How does that look?
Yeah.
Is it a transaction of just like an online transaction
Has
where they
to
just
be.
send that
Has
type of
to
money
be.
over there, or is
Has
it
to be.
in
No,
like crypto?
I don't
or
think it's a cash payout.
I don't think you could fit that many numbers.
how
on
is
a
it?
check.
Is it payments?
I mean, think about it. It's
Percentage.
and I'm not saying I have this all figured out because I don't. But to buy something for $44 billion and then say, well, you only owe the owners $187 million.
No.
Well, he
that's
fired
that's
the
the
directors.
CEOs
The
and all that,
the
not
three
the owners.
executives, he kicked them out of the company, so
Okay.
he owes. It's like a like
severance.
yeah, like
Right.
like
So
Dak Prescott
so
getting
where
kicked
does
out of
the other
Cowboys.
43 fucking point some odd billion dollars go? It has to go somewhere.
No. That's separate. The 187 is
No, I
separate.
get it. But, so the 44 billion.
He's saying who's cashing.
So
the
it was a
44
public
who's cashing
company,
it?
Jack
wasn't it?
Dorsey, all these guys that
Was it a
own
private
Twitter.
company?
No, it was owned by Dorsey and then like a bunch of other people, is what it was owned by. So he literally bought everybody out, and he is the man now.
It's now privately owned by
By
Elon
him.
Musk.
Like it was owned by other people.
Like he could just
now-
shut it down if he wanted to.
100%.
Like it's,
100%. So some of the questions that I wrote down is
I think
freedom thing
it's
is weird.
I think it's a big deal because it's a big personality in the planet Earth, right? Because everyone knows Elon Musk. He's a big personality with
All the
out of the
money.
box thinking and thoughts, which is taking over a pretty big company that a lot of people use and a lot of people have business endeavors with. So I think that sort of that sort of mentality or way of thinking inside of a big company like this, it's gonna shake up.
is
a
he
bunch of
good for
things.
Twitter?
I think so.
I think so.
You think he's good for Twitter?
Yeah.
Is Twitter the most influential social media platform out there?
No.
I don't think so. It can be, but I don't think so.
Influential.
Influential.
Is Twitter
All right,
the
we're not
most
saying
influential?
popular.
Not popular.
I
the
think
most
so.
influential.
Yeah, I would
because
say
when
so.
stuff goes trending on Twitter,
Yeah, I would
it's
say
the
so.
only app that really has. Well,
You asked the
TikTok has
question
trending
last
but,
week.
stuff,
but to that, then I feel like Instagram, Facebook still are because most people don't
People-
really have a Twitter.
people go to
but
Twitter
they'll
for
find
information.
That story on their Facebook or their Insta. It comes
Yeah.
across their
I
Facebook.
think-
From Twitter though.
I think
Right.
people
Yeah.
people go to Twitter for information. They don't really go. They go to Facebook to fucking fuck around with
Connect
their
with
friends'
friends.
No, what I'm
photos and
saying,
shit.
most people don't
Instagram, same
get the
thing.
information till it comes through their Facebook or Instagram.
But it
Me,
comes
I don't
from
know if
Twitter.
that's-
Like,
I mean,
for instance,
no, I'm
me, I
saying,
don't-
do you have a Twitter?
I do, but I don't like.
Do you
watch
use it?
It was for a sneaker thing.
Yeah, if you don't use it, then it's not.
That's
I mean,
different.
No,
But
any platform you don't use is not really applicable. If you have, like, if you're a Twitter user, that platform is more influential than than your Facebook, your Instagram.
Well,
or your
where do you get your
TikTok,
news?
Because that's
Like when something happens, where do you go to see if it's
Typically,
official?
it's on a feed on my
On which one?
Facebook or Instagram.
Okay, where do you get your
something like
news?
that.
Like when you see something happen, where do you
if
like?
I see something happen and yeah, same thing. It's gonna prompt. I mean, I don't really do social media, so it's really just Facebook for me. But
Okay.
I'll Google shit or I'll kind of search things specifically. But
But
Yeah.
well,
When
he
you're-
said
what-
information that lands on your lap comes from what?
I don't really do social media, so it's.
so how do you know things happen in the light?
I don't. I don't really give a fuck. Mostly, if you,
well, this doesn't
You
concern
have-
you.
Where are you
sir.
sitting when it
next.
lands on your lap?
You're not the people.
I don't.
What about you?
So I don't even have a Twitter, and I go to Twitter to see what's going on because I know that if something's trending, it's on Twitter. You click that trending, you're gonna get the first 10 whatever tweets are the ones that blew up, and you can see what the top one will be one point of view, the other one will be a different point of view. So I think it's interesting.
I guess to that
And there's
point,
hilarious
I'll say that
stuff on
There
there
is
too.
hilarious
I
There's
guess I will
hilarious
say
stuff.
I get a lot of information or at least stuff that'll pique my interest.
Google.
And
You
then
use Google.
and then I'll look at other shit. I'll get it from TikTok, actually. So as I'm going through TikTok, if
So-
something happens or I might see something that's of interest, then I'll go and research
So
it
I want to
further.
bring up this question that
But
Tito
it's not
asked
really
last week.
news related necessarily.
Tito
you know?
asked last week, "Is TikTok the new Google?" Right? He asked that in our chat. We have a chat that we talk to, and he asked that question, and to me, I was like, no, because TikTok is like. But the more you watch TikTok, especially from a standpoint of getting into different, like you're not just watching dog videos or something. Like when you get into a general senses where you're just watching a lot of different things, TikTok does have a lot of newsworthy information, a lot of things that pop up that you're like, oh
Yeah,
wait,
it does.
I didn't know that happened. A basketball game, a football game.
Let me ask you this, sure. Is TikTok where you got the rugby thing from?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was
would've
Google.
been
Where'd you
great.
get it
No,
from?
that was Google.
That was that was Google.
Yeah, that was Google.
Yeah.
And a lot of people
What
use
do you
Google.
Google though? Just like cool stories that came.
Sometimes. no. Sometimes.
Give me a
No,
story
yeah,
of
like-
a tragic story of
Whatever
a
you
team that had a
Google-
moral.
Whatever
Like,
you're looking for.
My
right?
point is Google. You have to search
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So,
Sometimes that'll be what it is,
Okay.
or yeah. I mean, in a
like
situation
this
like
week's news.
in a situation like that, right? Just kind of see what's out there, and then when something makes sense, where you're like, oh, this is interesting. Then you got to look into it further.
So I asked the question about Twitter being the most influential because a lot of the stuff that's happening today happened on Twitter, not just with Ye or nothing. Like we're talking about Trump. We're talking about a lot of people go on there and say things that like blow up.
I feel like
right?
you're just fighting nonsense. That's
Right.
why I can't
Yeah.
fuck with it.
and you are, but that's why I feel like it's so influential because people don't go on Instagram to say shit like that.
No, they don't.
They go on
Right.
Twitter.
They do.
People don't go on Facebook. They don't go
Yeah.
on TikTok. They go
People
on
go
Twitter.
to fight with strangers on Twitter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And,
Breaking
and
news gets reported on
Pretty
Twitter.
much, yeah.
Breaking news, like
Yeah.
from
World
CNN,
like
from
wars,
big,
sports.
Yeah.
Adam Schefter to CNN.
And like you
analysts.
said, it comes through from Twitter to their Instagram,
Yeah.
to their Facebook. So Twitter is like the one that
Twitter's
feeds
more
in.
of a news feed. That's
It
really
is.
what it is.
And
Twitter
me, that's
can be
why-
whatever you want,
Yeah.
which is cool. You
Yeah.
can
That is
follow
true.
guys for gaming updates if you're into Call
Yep.
of Duty.
Yep.
You could follow for politics, for sports.
Well, he said it. He
Yeah.
wants it to be something where you find
You
your
choose your
circle and
lane,
that's what you can.
There's even
you
spicy
have
videos. They
access
don't
to.
take down spicy videos.
They
in
don't.
there.
Twitter's
Which
open
is
to, which
really
is why
weird.
it's so weird. Women and men can put out their bodies out there, and they don't even. Twitter doesn't shut that down. They just let it be.
Twitter does shut shit down.
It does.
Not no mo.
Not no mo.
It does, but
Stay
there's
tuned.
things out there that doesn't. But let me read a quote that he said. He said that he will allow anyone to say anything they want on the platform as long as it's legal.
That's
I
it.
bet you that won't
Legal.
be true though.
I think he's buying it because he's thinking that way, but then he's gonna run into a lot. I don't
Yes.
care how rich you are. He's gonna run into a lot of people that are gonna try to push back on. Now,
Oh, that's facts.
so I don't know what I know his goal. I don't know if he's gonna be able to achieve his goal,
Right.
but I know what his goal is.
But
He
this is
wants-
what it comes down to. At the end of the day, he's going to get all types of pushback. It's
Yeah.
going to happen. And at the end of the day, he's either going to say, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And he's going to just do his thing. Or he's going to give a fuck. Somehow the pressure will be too much.
He
for-
owns it by himself. He doesn't have other people that are gonna be like.
That's
"Hey,
why I'm
hey, but
curious
what about
how this goes,
That's gonna
you
be
know? It's
Legal
Oh.
is broad though.
We're
He
gonna-
covers himself a
Yeah,
lot with the
he
legal
does.
because
Legal.
you can't make threats to
Yeah.
people legally.
Right.
You
Yeah.
can't discriminate like hate crime type
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
legally.
But
So a lot will fall
Right.
under
That
the
makes
legal,
sense.
and we
Yeah.
might say, "Oh, I thought you were going to let people say anything."
People
You
are
know,
gonna
and-
interpret it like, "Oh,
Right.
you said I could say
Right.
anything."
right, and
No.
he's just going to
No.
say, "Well, legal."
Legally.
Which
right.
I can't necessarily blame him.
Well,
I
that
mean,
makes sense because, you know, when you cross the line of what's legal or not legal, then he can be liable for,
Right.
and, you know, who the
And
fuck
that's,
knows?
that's the other thing. He owns it by himself, which means that he's gonna get sued all by himself.
All by himself, absolutely.
I-
He has
Yeah,
enough money to do
But
whatever he
I'm
gotta
pretty
do,
sure the way that they're gonna structure all that, none of that can cross over into his personal.
It'll
No,
be,
no.
fine.
He it's his holding that bought Twitter. It's not him.
It's not
Right.
him.
His
He's got all
holding
that
is what
shit
bought
figured
Twitter.
out. He's
Yeah.
fine.
He's
He's
very
not
power
He's
hungry
not
though.
worried about
Oh, he is.
Is
very
he not
powerful.
very
He
power
is.
hungry? Like I think he.
way.
Well, I think he tries to portray himself.
He
But
built the
SpaceX. I want space, and I
Yeah.
want Twitter. The most.
But I think he
Influential
tries to
good brain
portray
chips.
himself as like this. I just want to help
More
humanity.
of the common man.
But
Kinda,
then he's
yeah.
getting involved in the Ukraine thing with satellites. He wants to own Twitter because he thinks it's the biggest platform in the world. He wants to own the green energy, at least with cars. The auto, like
Are you afraid of a person like this?
Yeah, because I don't think that I don't dislike him, but I don't think he's one of those. Geniuses have a little click in their brain.
He's the richest man in the world, which you know that with all that money comes power.
Right.
And then not only power, now he's got an influential platform like Twitter. And then not only that, he has fucking space.
I mean, most people,
and he's involved in world politics now.
Most people at that level,
Antichrist?
That's a whole other conversation. But most people at a high level, even just CEOs of companies or super successful, I mean, they're typically sociopaths. Like it's a fact.
Allegedly.
I mean, no. If you
Elon, if you want to come on the podcast.
So the
I don't know. I'm not saying he is. I'm
No,
just
but
saying if you were
he's
to read
not
up
the
on
most
that, that's,
well-adjusted guy.
No, he's not.
So I mean, that's
if
just,
you have a conversation, it's a weird conversation.
So now we're arming
no,
sociopath.
Wait, don't
Well,
say
hold on,
we.
Hold on.
right. Who's
Don't
we?
say we,
So we're
because we didn't
arming-
give it to him.
we're-
He
we're-
bought
He
it.
bought it.
Right.
If you bought a Tesla, you gave it to him, right? If you bought a Tesla generator, you gave
I didn't
it
buy
to
a
him.
Tesla.
I'm
No,
just
he
saying.
earned it.
I'm just-
He earned it.
No, I'm
Yeah.
listen.
Go ahead.
I mean, let's not be fucking dicks here. I'm trying to talk, right?
What?
Sociopath with all the money, with all the influence, with all the knowledge. That's scary.
It is.
I agree.
It's super.
But I'll
duper
say this
scary.
to you. I'll say this. Whoever owned it previously was no different. Whoever else would have bought it otherwise is no different.
Yeah, but they didn't
I don't
have
think
what
you
he
get
has.
to
Nah, no way near
again.
that.
They didn't
You
have what
don't.
he
No,
has.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Listen.
It does.
No, it doesn't. He has these things, but if we're talking about the mental sort of status of
No,
these types of people,
mentally,
they're
no,
all
they're
very
all the
much
same.
the same.
They're all the
They're
same.
very much the same. If you think any of the people that could have afforded to buy, any of them are like really just sound, average,
No,
regular
no.
people, they're fucking not.
But
They're
what
not,
he's saying is
so-
That's what's scary.
Elon Musk.
But that's the whole world, bro.
But what he's saying is Elon Musk
No?
having that
No?
much
So
power.
What person do you know that's worth a few $100 million that's like kind of like very regular and average?
JC, I'm waiting for you, bro. You're gonna prove me right here.
I don't
There's
know if he had
people. There's people.
that much,
Okay, but
but
back to
people
who,
that can
who?
or will.
Like again,
There's
to
always
that
a
level.
most.
with money
the-
comes this and again, when you get to that level,
Suge Knight.
Kanye is the
not
perfect
even
example.
close to that level.
No, he's the perfect example. When you get to that level, you just a lot of these people get to the point where they don't think, or they think that they're untouchable, that they can say things or whatever, right? And like Elon Musk, there's a power that he is very power hungry.
Mm-hmm.
There's a power to him wanting Twitter, to him wanting the space, to him wanting
Other
to control
people's wives.
the future of
No, I get all that.
of energy
Yeah.
is
I mean,
what
we're not
he's doing
we're,
with
we're,
Tesla.
we're not
Through
we're
him.
not
Through him.
debating like who Elon is. The question becomes, if not him, then who?
no.
think-
There's gonna
and-
be another
and
person.
I
100%
think
I
Just
Cher's,
agree.
like
Cher's
him.
point is there's always a most powerful person
That's
in
it,
the world.
right. Who-
it
who-
happens
who
to
else
be
is-
Elon
Jeff
Musk
Bezos
now.
would be that second person.
Right, and then we'd be like, Bezos is a fucking
Bezos is-
weirdo,
Right, he
and then be
is.
like, okay, if not
But he's-
Bezos, then
but I
who?
don't feel like he's
and then
power
it's like,
hungry.
Oh,
who's
yeah.
it gonna be?
I agree. That's the thing.
All he owns is Amazon. He doesn't
10%.
own.
Which is the
10%.
biggest
Bro,
monopoly in the world.
Wait a minute.
Probably.
You don't think Jeff Bezos is power hungry?
I don't think because he hasn't done anything like Elon trying to go get another social media platform and all these other different things.
He's not
He might be.
acquiring
I'm not.
those
I'm
type
not
of
saying that
things.
he is
No,
or
I'm
not.
pretty
I'm
sure
just
he
saying.
is, man.
I mean,
haven't
he's
seen
a
it yet.
narcissist too. Like
You
he's-
think?
This is the thing.
Yeah.
When you say, again,
Twitch.
it's gonna be.
He owns Twitch.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos does.
Yeah, Amazon.
Right, he probably owns so
Okay.
much shit we don't even
All
know
right,
he owns.
So then maybe
yeah, it just is
yeah.
what it is.
Maybe
you
we
know?
just don't know. Yeah,
right.
that's
I
true.
mean, but when you get to these levels, it's just that's the world.
it's scary
they live
for
in.
one man to have
Right,
that
there's
much power.
there's never going to be a regular guy that's the most powerful person
It's
in the world.
it's
or woman.
scary to
Never.
have one person all that power, but it's scarier when they have all the influence. Bro, there's not one thing that anybody calls bullshit on Elon Musk, right?
No, people do it all the
Oh, I
time.
think so.
I don't
A lot
think
of
he has
people-
that
I think
much
we all
influence.
say
Bro, a
that
lot of
he's
people
kind
dislike him.
weird. And
I think he's
a
gonna
lot
get
of
there with Twitter.
a
but I
lot
don't
of
think
people
right
are
now
not
he has
happy
that.
he bought Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree, but what I'm saying, as far if he gets on a mic to spit knowledge, nobody questions.
Well, because we're not
any
that
of that
smart.
shit.
We don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
what the
yeah.
fuck he's
That's
saying.
what's dangerous.
I mean, at the
That is
same
dangerous.
time,
We're saying
yeah. I
It
mean,
is like it's like I don't know how else to explain that. That's what makes that dangerous.
It's
like,
possible that
no matter
there is some
what he
danger
says,
to it,
builds,
but-
He's like,
It's
or
always
does,
dangerous.
it's
Yeah.
the
we
right
can make
thing to
Mars
do.
hot by blowing
it's
up
not.
these things.
It's-
Like,
You know,
that shit don't
I
even
think
make
this is
sense
what
to
we're
us.
talking about. I think at the end of the day, it's just the perception. You perceive him as dangerous because you don't understand what he's saying. He's not any more or less dangerous than the other person that could have
But
potentially
that's
owned
your
it.
perception.
Hold on. Given the influence and money and power they have, that's where the danger comes in. It doesn't come into a
It's
thought
not.
that
It's
you don't
Elon
understand.
because he's the one that purchased it, but it could have
Right.
been Bezos. It could have been Trump. It could have been anybody.
Right.
And we would have still felt the same
And so
way.
the
as what he's
thing of
saying.
it
makes
is
sense.
when, if he comes out and says something and everyone's like, oh, yeah, that makes sense because they don't understand it or whatever, whether the general public agrees or disagrees with any of whoever it may be's general sort of thought process doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't change a thing. That person is still extremely powerful, influential. They're going to do what
Yeah.
they do, how they do it, with their center of influence and their people that are at
and they're
their
not
table.
talking to regular people.
And they're right. It's they're all on the same
They're talking
team.
to their
They're all
own
on the same team. It's like, here's the
circle.
thing. Like, Elon he's not just this rogue guy, I'm sure, that just hangs out by himself and doesn't have any friends.
Actually, very plausible.
Bro,
He does say he doesn't have friends like
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
I
sure
doubt it.
very
He's talking
again,
with other connected people.
that's all there
every
is
day.
to it. You have to.
Every day.
Or even the people within his own company. Whoever's underneath him, he's not like, I actually hate and disrespect and don't appreciate any of you people. If those are his people that are at his table, they're going to be. It ain't us.
Does he run for
It's gonna
president
be-
one day?
Who the fuck knows?
I don't
If
think
you
he
had
wants
to
that.
bet, do you think he runs
I
for
don't think he
president one
wants
day?
that.
I think he's too much of like a private guy.
I don't
But-
think he wants. You got to remember that to
I
me,
think he
not to
wants
me.
think
all
so?
the power.
There's
You
a
think just
difference
like
between
that, huh?
somebody who has power and somebody who has influence. He doesn't have influence. He has power. He has money.
He has a ton of
He
influence.
doesn't have influence.
Are those
He
two-
just
he
bought
is
the
not-
world's most
Are they
influential
interchangeable?
organization.
He just
He has
purchased that. That
influence
just
on
happened this week.
but it's been a plan
Who's
the
more
whole
influential?
time.
Wait.
It's been
Who
a
is more-
plan the whole
Who
time.
is more influential? You had the money to buy it. That's it.
I hate this
Wait,
question.
wait, wait, wait,
because
wait,
it's
wait, wait,
all
wait, wait.
Perspective. Who's
Wait.
more influential?
Yeah.
Who is more influential? This is a Trump or Elon Musk. Who is more influential?
Listen,
No. Answer the question.
what was it again?
Who
Again,
is more
okay,
influential?
I think the first thing we have to do is this: define influential.
You can move a public. You can move a people. Literally by saying go right.
Okay.
They move right.
So you're
I say
saying
one
who,
thing?
you're
Go
saying
left.
who
Go
can
right, left.
gather masses to
not like a concert. I'm saying
I
you
know what
say
you mean.
something
Right.
and people move to the tone of your voice.
all right.
Can I
Or
say one
people
thing to that?
believe it.
Right, fair
Right?
enough. Yeah.
No. Yeah, people move to believe it. One thing. Two is to
You're
actual
talking about
taking
action. People will
Yes.
take action based
Who
on
is
your
more
recommendation.
influential? Exactly.
Okay.
Elon Musk or Donald Trump? It's a simple
So
question.
in that aspect, I
I
say
go Elon.
Donald
Good question.
Trump. But can I say something? There's a different type of influence that Elon Musk has that Russia knocks out Ukraine's internet and he sends Starlink out there within a week and literally affects a global conflict.
Right.
That's a very different
I
type
that's
think
a
of
good
it.
influence. So that's
Well,
not.
the-
I'm-
well,
that's
we're
not.
not- we're not
I'm not saying
good
good
or
or
bad.
bad. No,
But
no.
that flex can go the wrong way, is what he's
But
saying, right?
that's an influence. Like Trump, Kanye, whoever you want to say, can put something and influence like the minds,
The mind,
right?
which
And
is what
influence
I'm
Of
that.
the general
But
That's what
public.
I'm talking about.
But
Right.
Elon Musk can literally, with his money and his companies and his power, influence a global conflict.
He can influence
That's
the
a different-
economy.
You
know
That's
what?
what I'm
All
saying.
while
That's the
being a
difference.
sociopath.
I would
That's
say
the
this.
difference.
I would say here's another good point to it. You could say that like a Trump or a Kanye or someone like that can influence, a mass number of people, right?
people,
Okay.
yes.
Elon can hire one of those people to do it for him.
He can.
But
That's
this
the
is
level
all-
he's on.
He can, but I'm saying
That's
with
the
his
level he's
words,
on.
when Elon says the
doesn't
whole
need
shit
to,
about
though.
Mars,
He
nobody
doesn't-
said I want to go to Mars.
He doesn't need to, though.
Actually, people have been lining up. He's got he. I just saw an ad
nobody-
for bidding on
I'm
your
not
ticket
going.
to go to space.
Nobody like you go to Twitter. When
Bro,
he
the
said
thing
that
of it
shit, you
is,
go to Twitter,
bro,
nobody
but,
was like,
but
I
this
want to
is
go to
this
Mars.
is
Everybody
the
was
thing.
like, this guy's fucking crazy.
This is the thing. You're kind of
Cruise
you're
going,
kind of
bro.
like mincing the situation because that's not his lane. He doesn't want it to be his lane. He's not trying to do that.
He's a behind the scenes.
He's
guy.
behind the
Then
scenes.
that's what I'm saying.
he did it
That's
out of the
what I'm
kindness
saying.
so
his
we're
heart,
talking
is what
about
you're saying?
popularity.
No, I'm saying influence. There's a difference between all that.
He has more influence
There's
because he can
different
get the
types of
people that
influence.
you're suggesting would otherwise influence
You're
to do what he
assuming that
wants.
that's what he's going to do. You're assuming that
it's
that's
bad.
what he can do, which is true.
I think
But
it's
I'm
a pretty
saying
fair
that-
assumption that
no,
he could
I'm saying that
pay
in our
anybody
history-
to do what he wants.
In our history, there have been influential people. Martin Luther King, right? Barack Obama,
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump. influential that can move a people.
I get it.
What I'm saying
is if he can.
Donald Trump, Elon Musk is not that guy. That's not his agenda.
I get it. What I'm saying is if he can buy one of those people, then in effect he has the most influence.
Oh my God, bro! But I'm not saying that.
Okay,
I know
so
that you can buy anything. I'm not saying that.
So here's
Forget
what we're
about
saying.
the money.
So
I'm
I would
saying
say
as
this.
a person.
I would say
his
as a
agenda.
person, probably even Jay-Z, because he's more popular and has more fans. I mean, sure, but he doesn't.
But he's never moved
He
the
moves
people
in
like
silence, though.
that.
He
He's
doesn't
never
move
moved the
people.
people like
Drake,
that. He's always
who
been.
can we say? We can say any
Nobody.
He's just
Drake don't move
popular.
people.
You know what
They
I'm
don't.
saying?
They don't move
Like,
people, bro. I'm talking about their agenda is to move people. That's what I'm saying.
Again,
These people that you're mentioning are not
So,
like that.
I guess
You
what
guys
I'm
are
saying
caught
is-
up, but
yeah.
there's different types
Yeah,
of influence.
there is, but I'm
And
talking about
What
the
I'm saying
people.
is this. So for the people that are, again, top level, they're not out in front of the camera. I don't know what we're not understanding about that. They're going to be behind. Most of the influence in the world are from people that
Bro,
you
but
will
we-
never see.
You guys are arguing the different things.
Yeah, that's
He's-
a
he's-
different argument.
But a
Lewis
simple tweet
Lewis
That's
is
a
can
different
change
argument.
The world. Am I right?
That's a different argument.
Simple tweet.
no. Change
No.
the world?
Change the world?
Yeah.
I wish it would. How?
How did we know about him doing that satellite thing? From a tweet.
How did that change the world?
Can you explain how that changed the world? Or
I mean, I think him
conflict?
doing it
Change.
Wait.
affected the
not
world.
the tweet,
Right.
but him actually taking the action.
Yeah.
of
And
putting
I don't
that
know
shit
if
out
he
there.
got the news via tweet. He might have had a direct line to something like that. The rest of us got it through a tweet.
Again,
but-
the argument
You know
is
what I'm saying?
It doesn't
there's
make
just
sense
there's
because,
different
again,
types of
I
influence, and you're
know-
saying that the most influential
that's
people in the
my
world
Are not
are
seen.
behind
Yeah,
the scenes.
yeah.
But that's not the point because I'm talking about a
But that's his
person.
point.
I know.
Yeah, I get what you're asking, and I answered it, and that's
Nah,
my answer.
You're going left.
no,
with
that's
it.
my answer. That's my
All right.
version of influence.
So
that's just my
that's
answer.
why I kept it to two specific
I get what
people.
you're
We don't
saying.
know who those
Yeah.
people are, and I'm sure that's true, but we don't know who those people are.
So,
But
I mean, I think Musk has more influence. Right?
he does,
than
and
someone
now
like a
and
Trump.
now he
That's
has.
what I would say.
I agree.
You think he has more influence than Trump?
I agree.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's your opinion. I don't think so.
I
He
would
can
say-
buy influence,
I
but
would
I don't think he has it.
I'd say just with Tesla alone, he has gathered like so much people, and like you can tell these people that another car is a better car.
Well, they're
and-
loyal to. It's like iPhone.
It's a
like
cult
I'm loyal
following
to the iPhone,
Right.
with Tesla.
Right.
It's
but
a
I don't.
cult following.
But Apple doesn't. I don't move the way Apple tells me to move. Is what I'm saying.
But some people do.
I know that. That's true. That is true. And there is very loyal fans to Tesla that they are very loyal. But I'm saying, as a whole, whether you own a Tesla or you don't, do you move to Elon Musk? And I don't believe so. You guys do. I don't believe so. That's my opinion. So we'll leave it. We'll leave it at that.
Fair enough.
So going to influential,
We're
right?
good?
Yeah.
It is fair.
Fair enough.
Going to influential, right? All this shit happened with Kanye. Whatever happened got dropped. Adidas, where do they go from here with Yeezy? Meaning, they own the design, right? They own the design to the Yeezy. They don't own the name. Kanye owns the name, right? And Kim Kardashian. It's like a 90-10 split. Adidas now is telling everybody, all the small boutiques, big boutiques, everybody, you cannot sell these Yeezys if you represent our brand. That's what Adidas is saying because it's just part of,
Right.
They terminated everything. How does that impact these small boutiques like the JCs, right? Urban
crushes them,
Necessities,
right?
These smaller boutiques. How does that impact them?
It's got to be bad for them. They're going to lose money.
I don't know how much it directly goes to a boutique. For instance, 95% of the times it hits a boutique, it's already past the retail process and it's at a resale process.
No. The boutiques that we're talking about are retail boutiques.
Yeah, he's talking
not
about
resale.
retail.
What's a
boutiques.
retail
They're direct. It's
They're
coming
direct
from
consumers.
Adidas. Yeah.
They're direct consumers of like the Finish Lines,
Yeah.
like the Foot Lockers, like sneaker stores like that.
But that's my point. That's what point I'm trying to get to. It doesn't really phase anything because Foot Locker never had Yeezys in
They
a store.
do.
What do you mean?
Adidas, see, this is the thing. Adidas sends orders to them up front, like 3-4 months beforehand, because what they do, that's how they do all the raffles. That's how they do all these things. These little surf shops and all these other boutiques, they get all these sneakers. They don't get a bunch of them. It depends on how big your store is. But let's say they get 20 Yeezys. They do these raffles to the day of the release, and then on the day of the release, the first whatever 20 people that come, They raffle 1 or 2 of the sneakers, and then the other 18, the first 18 people to come, they buy those at retail. That's it. That's all they have. So after that day, they don't have anything else left. A lot of these people, a lot of these boutiques make their money on these raffles. You know how those raffles go. I mean, you buy a raffle, you have 100 people buy a $10 raffle, you're making really good money on that one sneaker that you're giving away. And these people replicate this. Some people do 10
Do
raffles.
they get a cut of that raffle?
They do. That's how they make their
No,
money.
that's all their money.
That's how they make their money.
I'm
is from
saying
that.
Adidas, like the raffle
Adidas
is
doesn't
not,
get a.
No.
and
So that's
a
the
problem.
Well, no,
That's
but
what we're saying.
Like, think about again. If you have 20 pairs, or whatever pairs you have, and you sell, like he said, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 worth of raffle
For
you know,
one shoe.
For one shoe, but now they can't do that anymore. So yeah, that sucks.
A lot of these
Right.
boutiques
So
are
if
saying.
you sold 1,000 in raffle, right, for the one shoe, that's $220 or whatever it is. That 1,000 goes to who?
to the
The
boutique,
owner of the shop.
not to Adidas.
Do you
Yeah.
see the problem with why they don't want that? If
They do that with every sneaker.
No, that's
But
been-
they
every
allow
Dunk,
that right
every
now.
Jordan,
Yeah.
they do
Yeah.
that. It's your own store.
I
It's not an
understand.
Adidas store. It's your
no
own store.
raffling's not a problem, bro. You can raffle your house. That's not. No, you can't. I don't think Adidas and Nike have an issue. No,
So
people
what-
actually
who-
do that.
where's
bro.
the issue, though?
What I'm trying to say is, so if a company is severing ways with somebody because of their influence of what they did and turmoil that's going on, if there's something that you can use, which is my product, I own the Yeezy, and I'm deciding I'm not going to sell anymore, I don't get a cut of your raffle that you're selling to sell my Yeezy.
You're buying. Those boutiques are buying these Yeezys from Adidas.
Yeah, I think you're
You're
So
missing
if
that.
they're not selling it to them, then what does it matter? It's their product. If you own the product
Adidas is telling them, I don't care if you bought these Yeezys from me, you cannot sell them.
after they bought it,
Yes,
That's what
it's
we're saying.
done.
right?
That's what we're
That's
saying.
not fair.
They
That's
got
a
shoes.
problem.
They
I
got
agree
shoes
with
stuck
that.
in inventory.
That's a problem. That's what
Yeah.
we're talking about because you have to pay for these sneakers.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
agree
any
with
product.
that,
That
but
could
it's
even
such
be
a
a legal
small
issue.
percentage.
It's an
of
inventory
what's
issue.
out there. It really isn't that big of an issue.
Bro, it's big because that's why I'm bringing it up. There's a lot of companies out there, small companies that are like, what 70? Like it's only 7% of Adidas sales. That's Yeezy, right? 70 and 80% of these people's sales, these small boutiques, is Yeezy.
Right. So it's
That's
mostly
a
their
problem.
business.
That's a
Yeah,
problem.
but that's tough. That's business. I mean,
It is. It is.
I mean,
It is,
you
but
know,
it's like I feel like you got to let the people look. I feel like if it's
But
good business, no new orders, sell what the fuck you have.
Yeah,
what
so-
you have,
so-
sell
something
your
like that.
inventory.
That's
but
it.
then they're
That's
still
where I'm
screwed.
at.
They're still screwed because
No,
if you
but you
built
get your
your
money back.
entire boutique
Well, yeah.
around
There's nothing you
Yeezys,
could do about that.
It was your fault to begin with.
Bro,
Yeah.
but
Nah, there's
What
nothing you
do
can
you
do
mean?
about that.
okay. You own a sneaker store, right?
yeah,
Let-
but
let-
I
let-
opened the sneaker store just because I'm going to make money off Yeezys.
no.
That's on
That's
me.
That's not the first thing. When you open the sneaker
around
store,
Nicholas, how did that work? Right.
Right.
We built it around Nicholas.
Right.
huh?
He's
Stonework.
saying the one thing, the stonework thing.
We
Again,
built it around Nicholas.
when you consolidate-
we leaned
Yeah,
it.
one
but
thing.
We
but
leaned it on
we
them.
did that. That's true.
That's
These
what we're
boutiques
saying.
didn't do that. They opened their store. Yeezy wasn't around when a lot of these people opened their stores.
Then they should be fine when Yeezy's
They
gone.
no,
See
they
that?
will at some point. But what happens is that Yeezy became so popular.
No, I
they were
get
like,
it, man.
We're
But
gonna
that's
jump
not.
in. We're
That's
gonna
not,
jump into this.
I mean, you can't expect Adidas to say, to change
Yeah.
their posture
strategy-
based on
Adidas
that.
so
looks
then
out
pay
for
them
Adidas.
back for the take the sneakers back, give them their money back, and then just do
They
what
could
you
do
gotta
that too.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't know if they
Listen,
have to pay them back. It's like, look, sell what you have because
They don't
again,
let them do that.
well, no, they should.
You're
do
saying-
that.
okay, you're
you
saying
should
Adidas
say
should
sell
let
what
them.
you have, but no new sales after
So
this
what?
date or
What
something
is
to that
Adidas
point.
saying? You have to.
right now, they're like,
you have
wait.
to cut your loss. So wait, yeah. So
Right
they're
now,
gonna
it's a wait.
so
It's a
they're
wait
gonna
game.
say either
Kanye
what
met
Sure
with them.
said.
Apparently, something's going on with them and Kanye. They're trying to figure something.
There's
out.
gonna be a settlement
There's gonna be some
or
type of
an
settlement,
agreement
100%.
with either we buy them back or like Sure said you can sell what you have. I don't think it's
They'll
gonna.
probably let him buy it back for what they would have lost. I guess that's what I would assume.
That's him. But then what happens again? This is kind of like going back to the Jake Paul thing and him saying, let's just hold off on fighting. And all these people that live off of fighting, they don't have any money to make. So these boutiques, in the meantime, while Kanye and Adidas are going at it in fucking the court or whatever, these boutiques are like, yo, we have all this inventory that we can't sell. That's what I'm talking about. And again,
It
I know
happens.
that they set themselves up for that. But
Yeah.
it sucks. If you were a small
No, it
boutique,
sucks,
your
but it just
thought
is what it
wouldn't
is.
be what
But
you're
yeah,
thinking right
it-
now. You would be
it's
like,
business,
yo,
Small
what the
businesses
fuck?
go
No,
through
it's-
that all the
It's
time.
easy to say that, but at the end of
No,
the
it's
day,
the truth.
But listen, it's easy to say that, but if I'm gonna strategize my business, I'm not gonna put all
your eggs
It's
in
a
If
one.
that's
dumb
what
thing
you
to
do, that's the risk you take.
That
It just
is what it
is.
is.
Bro, but Yeezy was that big.
Right. But it's
2
still a
Js.
risk.
If you have
bro.
a conversation with 2Js right now, most of his sales are what?
Bro, those are consignment days.
Okay, that's a different model.
Yo,
but
but
That's
most of his
better.
sales are
That-
Yeezy.
This is a Jeff Bezos situation. I don't need 100% of Amazon. Give me my 10%. That's what.
But my
you see what I'm
point is,
saying?
I know that, but my point is that most of the sales that
Bro.
go on there tells you the market of the sneaker.
Listen.
Of the sneaker game. Yeezy,
Which hasn't
is that
really
sneaker.
been
Anything,
affected.
bro, forget about
No,
sneakers.
him, no.
Bro.
No, the Yeezy.
Everybody's holding.
The Yeezy
Everybody's
has-
there's
Forget
nobody
about
selling right now.
Adidas. Forget about sneakers. It's fucking business 101. Small businesses get fucked over all the time. If you put all your eggs in one basket, which is why the phrase is coined and exists, and that's what you do with your business, that's the risk that you run. Every business, that's the risk you run. If you fucking sell a certain produce and you load up on that and then something goes, that's what you're known for, but then there's a fucking glitch in the supply chain, anything, right? There's a
You buy a
pest
bunch
that
of
comes
tomatoes,
through.
they came back bad. You got to send them back.
Whatever it is,
It's
you're
a loss, but I get it.
It is
If
what it
you're
is.
if you're a big food line or whatever, you can deal with stuff
No,
like that.
I'm saying
the
even if you're
ones,
smaller,
bro.
if you're a smaller niche,
That kills. That
Fu-
kills.
it does,
it
but-
kills
but-
it.
but I-
Small
but
that's
businesses,
just
it kills
business.
but bro,
it.
that's
It is.
business.
You
and
It
so,
is. It still kills them.
you feel bad for them, and
I
I
do.
understand.
and I do
that.
too.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
not-
You guys
that's
are
not
being a
fucked
fucking
up.
dick.
No, no,
No,
All you
the
guys
di-
are being
the
dicks,
difference-
especially this one over
The
there.
difference is it's
I
not
also feel
Adidas'
bad,
problem
too, for
to bail
them.
them out.
I know it's not Adidas' problem,
But you're saying they should, and we are saying
I'm
it's
not
just
saying
business.
they should. There should be some type of plan for them.
Well, they're coming up with
well,
it.
they said wait,
2
you
years.
no,
Okay.
bro, what that shit happened like 5 fucking days ago. I mean, let the dust settle.
You know how court cases go.
these
bro.
consignments weren't selling that
settlements
many
is gonna be-
Yeezys.
It's going to be a while for these
If-
settlements.
Well,
no,
he
but-
is pretty broke now, so maybe it might go.
But the
fast.
thing of it is, it's not just that. They may
He's still
come
worth
out.
$400
He's
million.
not broke.
He's not
Bro,
broke.
that?
That's
No,
a
no, no,
loose
yeah, not
term.
real
Yo,
well broke,
outside
but
of the
celebrity
Kanye
broke,
and
yeah.
Yeezy settlement,
$400 million is a lot of money.
Adidas may
Yo,
come out in the next
not
couple
when you've
weeks
been
and
talking
give,
about your $5
these
billion.
boutiques
Oh,
a way to
That's
sell
a
this
different story.
Sorry, say it again.
They may come out in the next couple weeks and say you can, these boutiques can resell their stuff. They don't have
They
to
might.
wait
That's
for
true.
a settlement.
I'm
between
just-
Kanye
I'm-
and
I'm
right.
being-
They're just like
I'm being
hold
extra
on.
because I feel bad
Yeah.
for those small boutiques. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it
And
sucks.
as far as the future of these boutiques, there's always gonna be a new name, a new thing. that
Yeah,
they'll
they
be
can
able
go
to
and
sell.
buy more dunks this time or whatever.
Now,
Bro, here's
on
the
a
flip
Kanye
side to it.
scale,
What if you
I
hold hold
understand-
them? What if the boutiques hold the sneakers for
No,
fucking
that's what
6
they
months?
should
They might
do.
sell them for even
It
more.
is
Could
like
be a big.
stocks.
Could be a
You
good
want to
thing.
hold it and
Yeah.
just wait.
They
until
could make
the
more
time.
money
Yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
that's true.
So
Just
That's
put
what
my-
everybody on like GOAT, StockX, 2Js, or Urban Necessities. That's what they're doing.
They're gonna
holding-
have the last Yeezys ever made,
maybe.
and you keep holding
if-
that.
Maybe, and that's what's that
I
shit
have
worth.
15 pairs in my house that I'm ready to whenever
Not
they go
anymore,
up
you
to like
don't,
$1 million,
motherfucker.
I'll
That's
sell
just
them.
more. That's just more about
Coming to
you.
your house.
That's just more about him than anything else. But okay,
I'm a true sneakerhead. That's
Good.
what it says
Yeah.
about me.
that's what I'm saying.
You
like
assumed
name
something
dropping.
else.
all right. So moving on to Mr. Jake Paul.
Oh, we're done with the Adidas thing. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. It
I
was
wasn't,
just.
but sure. Go ahead.
Oh, if you have something
no,
else
let's go
to say.
with Jake Paul. Let's
No,
go
no.
with Jake
Do you
Paul.
have something else to say about Adidas?
We can't get further into it now. So, Jake Paul.
Okay.
What about him?
It's awkward.
All right. If you had some more, we could have. But all right, Jake Paul. Jake Paul.
This guy.
I didn't even put a question. I put a statement here.
That's the question. Jake
This
Paul?
could have been my balls out, by the way. Jake Paul is the real fucking deal.
Bro, that's I
For
know
what?
I know what you're doing right now.
For what?
I know what
For
you're doing.
whatever. He's the real deal.
For whatever.
I appreciate the clickbait
Fight.
kind of scenario. Fight. You don't even believe yourself.
Ready? Fight.
Dance puppets.
All right, so show's over. And,
Bro, Jake Paul.
don't lie.
I'm not going to lie.
All right.
I watched the fight with these guys last night.
Yeah.
Okay? These two guys.
I
right
watched it last night as well.
here. And I
watched
want to hear your opinion.
Did not get an invite. From
I
you
wa-
guys.
I
Wait.
watched it. While
I want to hear your opinion on this.
Don't you guys me?
Listen to me. I want to hear your opinion on this. These guys think that fight was set up. That fight was not set up. Silva got his ass knocked out. Jake Paul won that fight
No, he didn't get knocked.
by a mile.
Yeah, he didn't get
And
knocked
Jake
out.
Paul
I'm talking
is legit, bro. He's a legit boxer.
I'm
This
on your
kid-
side.
This kid is a fucking legit boxer, and he's gonna change the game
legit
of fighting.
boxer without fighting a
100%.
All right,
boxer.
let me say something.
crazy.
Let me say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, and this is coming from a
Wait,
true boxing fan.
I love
Comment
boxing.
section, roll up.
2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever it was, when Jake Paul started boxing, you guys would not have agreed that he would get through Askren, Woodley. You could say whatever you want. That he would get through Askren, Woodley twice, knock Woodley unconscious, and beat Anderson Silva, who Anderson Silva beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. in boxing. So now we can get to this point where he's 6-0, and you guys are saying, well, he's not a world title contender or whatever.
Hold on.
Just because we're saying that
No,
shows
no.
World
that he
title
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh my!
No. You're saying that he's not that good a boxer. The fact is, right now in boxing, no one at 5-0 fights someone even as good as Anderson Silva.
Okay.
They
Facts.
fight
All right.
trash cans.
Got it.
Tell me that's true.
F-A-C-T-S.
Got it.
Facts.
Now let me say this.
Did I spell that right?
5-0, 10-0, 20-0, whatever it is. So what we're saying is because he's
20-0. You
5-0.
hear that? He's going to go
Because he's
20-0.
5-0. Hold on, that's what we're saying. Because he's 5-0, 6-0. Call it 7. None of the fights.
Yeah, because he's gonna win his next fight.
Right. So none
Against
of them,
Nate Diaz.
none of them can be fixed. I just want to understand the process behind what we're saying here.
No,
they're
But
not
again,
fixed.
Here we go with the assumption, bro.
Hang
You
on.
you live in a
Let me-
fairy
one second.
tale
One
fucking
second.
land. Oh my
If
god.
you
Hold on. If
just
the fights
assume-
were fixed, is he supposed to lose? Is that?
The fight wasn't fixed.
I'm
It was
just
a legit
asking.
fight.
What makes you
asking.
think it's fixed?
I'm just asking.
No, I'm
No,
asking you.
but it wasn't.
I'm
Can I
asking you.
If he was
Sure.
asking me,
What makes you think the fight was fixed?
Okay.
kind of is like this Adidas situation. I'm gonna build my whole entire business around this Yeezy, and then that rug gets pulled out under you. You have a problem now, right? Sales go down. What the fuck am I gonna do? I might have to close my shop. If Jake Paul loses to a 47-year-old couch rider, that
Which you
used
thought
to
he was
want-
gonna win. You thought
on,
Silva
let
was
him
gonna
finish.
win. No. I
Yeah,
just
let
want to
him
make sure
finish.
that's out there.
who is just a couch rider, has been, blah, 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 old man, this and that. If he was to knock him out, or even win by decision, how do you sell the next event?
You don't. But here's my
Okay.
question. What did you see to make you think that fight is fixed? Anderson Silva hit him with shots. If Jake Paul took that shot and got knocked out,
Yeah.
it's over. Realistically, when you watch that fight, if it's not Jake
Have
Paul,
you seen the
you
clip?
don't see anything that makes you think it was
Have you
fixed,
seen the clip
honestly.
when Silver got knocked down that the gloves barely touched him? Have you guys seen that? The
The
reverse
first
camera
one
angle?
connect,
No,
the second one
no.
grazed.
I'll
though.
show it to you
But that's not
after
even
the
the
show.
point.
I'll
That-
show
no,
it
no,
to
no,
you.
no. That's not even the point.
That was a punch.
We'll pass over it. I'll show you
No,
later.
there's no pass over. He knocked him out.
That was
I have
a
to
real
show you.
punch.
You don't have to
Danny.
show us. We saw
Danny.
it.
The first one
No, you
was
didn't
a
see this
real
camera
punch.
angle.
The
What
second
first
one
one?
was a great. Oh, maybe I'm
I have
mixing
it.
up
I
with
have
the
it. I
young
can-
kid, the 18-year-old.
Yeah,
kid.
yeah.
Maybe that's
different
that's
No,
that
you guys
one.
are mixing the
caught
fight.
him-
No,
Silva.
no,
he
was-
Silva.
That was
he got
fake.
caught on
Silva.
the chin and
No,
a
we're talking about
flash.
the
in
kid.
an exchange.
No, I'm
And
talking
a
about
flash.
Silva.
He
In a
just told you.
boxing gym, do they not spar at 50%, 70%,
Right.
80%? But listen, they call, we're going to spar at this percent. Now, we got to sell millions of dollars. Can you not spar at like 90%?
Yeah,
no, but listen.
I'm listening.
But if the
no, I
Keep going.
am.
Keep going.
Well, like-
such a good boxer, there was plenty of opportunities to finish that fight.
Yeah, but Silva is a beast. He moves. He still
Yeah,
has it.
Silva's-
You thought he was
Silva's
gonna
real
win.
deal. But here's the thing, guys. Look, even the press conference.
First of all,
how much
hold
more
on,
obvious?
fake news. I said it from the beginning. It's going to go to a decision because there's no other way you're going to sell a Jake Paul fight. He's not going to knock him out, and he's not going to allow him to knock him out because there's nowhere to go after this.
Bro.
So I said it was going to go down to a decision. Now, you're selling a show. Of course, I'm saying it's not fixed to the point where they're fake punches. People spar at 60%, 70%, 80%. If you're talking for millions, I would spar again. If Jake Paul
So then
was
you
like,
don't believe
yo,
any boxing fight. Any boxing fight
Jake
that
Paul
ever happened.
events,
No.
I
Any
have to
boxing
pour
fight.
salt.
Okay,
No, because
so
if you question this
I'll
boxing
say
fight,
this.
you're gonna
No.
question
and it's
anyone.
happened.
I'll tell you
before.
why.
It
I
has.
thrown I'll tell you
And
why I
I'm not
question
saying
it.
I disagree. I'm saying you don't believe.
But what
boxing
was that?
fights.
Those draws were nowhere near a Jake Paul draw. But they threw
Dude,
fights
listen.
for that.
Jake Paul has limited experience. He's working hard. Listen, he's working hard. He's really moving into the space to become more and more of a true boxer every day. So good for him. But no, I do.
That was painful for him to say.
I do. It's like
That's kind of like the rugby team.
bro. He's really doing it. So it's like, okay, fine. But when you see, even at the press conference, it's like, again, let's just talk business now, which that's what this is. He's a fucking YouTube guy. He's smart. He's super smart. I'm not taking John.
I'm listening.
He's not a YouTube
Why
guy.
can't we have a reaction to
All
what
right,
you're saying?
But every
He's a
boxer's a
YouTube-
promoter.
Okay.
Everyone.
He's a YouTube
Even
guy.
Conor McGregor.
Bro, he learned to fucking play the internet. He knows
Every
he's
one of
smart.
them. Every one of them.
No, he's
Mayweather
better.
does.
No, he's
and
better.
Mayweather's really good at it.
Okay, again, he's better, right? Jake Paul fucking knows. He's got his hustle game fucking down pat. He's fucking doing it. But so when you get up on that panel and he says to Anderson Silva, where he's like, okay, if you win, I'll fight you in the cage. That's what he says. I'll fight you in the cage.
No,
Cool.
Damn well that shit ain't gonna
Okay,
happen.
fair enough. Fine.
You don't know that.
Then he says, if I win, we're going to, and I'm paraphrasing, but it's if I win, we're going to partner up together and we're going to start our own shit and we're going to pay these underpaid fucking UFC fighters what they're supposed to get paid. Now, with that said, that sounds like he really fucking thought this out and there's a big thing about to happen. There's a lot of money in this for Silva, for fucking Jake Paul, to go against Dana White, to do all this. What we're saying is, with all that being said, we really think that if we had the opportunity to do what the fuck these guys are doing, we would leave that up to chance. You're Silva, I'm Jake Paul. You'd knock me the fuck out. So now we don't even open this fucking thing together, and then I'll fight you in the cage or some stupid shit, and then we can't even sell any more tickets because you knock me the fuck out. It's never gonna
That's a
happen.
Disney story, bro.
He's got a
It's never gonna
pipeline.
happen,
That's a
bro.
Disney
He
story.
has a pipeline of MMA fighters
not
who are
make
trying to
sense?
collect. Why would he not collect that too?
Come on,
Why
bro.
would he put?
You guys don't think Jake Paul really wants to be a good boxer, whether he's delusional or not? You
If
don't
he
think
did, he
actually
would
wants-
Train,
If
bro.
he
He
did-
trains legit.
I agree with that.
No,
I'm
you
not
don't.
ta-
If you're,
I
if
already
you're
said
saying
that.
that
If it's
was
all
fake.
fixed, then you
No,
don't. You
you're
don't agree.
assuming
Bro,
that.
it's
You're assuming
fixed.
that.
No, you're literally
But I'm not saying he doesn't
There's
want to
no,
be a
I
real
said
boxer.
he's not a legit boxer yet. But I didn't say he's not legitimately training.
So what does legit?
Just because I'm training doesn't make me professional.
what?
yet.
Okay, so what makes him
He
a
is
legit
a
boxer?
professional.
No.
He's a-
What makes him a legit boxer?
How many fights does he have?
Six.
Fight 6 boxers. Then I could be like,
Right,
you're
he's
a
not
boxer.
even fighting boxers, bro.
Nobody
Come
wants
on.
to fight him.
But
That's not his
Anderson
fault.
Silva, and you guys just agreed with this, is better than most 5-0
That
boxers
is
ever
the
fight.
That is the. I didn't agree with that. But
Yeah,
He's better
I-
than
I-
you.
I
No,
wouldn't have
no,
either.
I'm not saying
Boxing
either
is
way.
a different thing,
Anderson
bro.
Silva is the best that he's fought up until this point. I'll say that.
Anderson Silva
You know?
is a tough fight that
No
no
doubt.
matchmaker would
But
ever
he
make
needs
for their
knees,
6-0
he
fighters.
needs
No
kicks,
doubt about
he
it.
needs elbows. He needs jujitsu. That's what made him so lethal, bro.
He's
It
been a
wasn't
good
just
boxer.
his hands.
This wasn't
He
his
is
first
a-
boxing
he is
fight.
a good
But
boxer.
listen, that plays
He's a
to the
good boxer.
narrative that Jake
But
Paul
what I'm
is
saying
trying
is this,
to paint.
man. Bro, we're just
Look,
saying that it's
Anderson
fixed.
Silva.
I'm not saying that if it wasn't fixed, I'm not even saying that Jake Paul couldn't win. But it is fixed because there's too much money on the fucking line. Yeah, it would be stupid if it wasn't fixed.
There's money on the
pipeline.
line
There's
in
a
every
pipeline
boxing
in
fight.
that
Nah,
shit.
he's
It's
got
not
way more going on with
I have
where
a
he's
question.
headed.
I have a question for the deniers, right? And I'm a denier too, by the way. But
I don't understand.
But so you say Danny says that he fights 6 more actual boxers and he'll believe. I don't think you will.
No,
You'll
he won't.
never believe.
He'll never believe.
Because
everything
because
is
it comes down to
Because
money.
you think
right?
everything
'Cause
is
it's gonna
fake.
come down to money.
Everything's gonna be
He can-
fixed.
Nah, again,
he can fight Canelo, and then Canelo goes down, and you
Rigged.
You're gonna think it
bro,
was
that's
rigged.
not really gonna happen. Canelo
and
cannot
and you
lose
still
to him.
think. Oh,
That's not
it's all
real.
But he's
about
making
so
a
you'll
point.
never believe it. He's
making
making
a
the point that if
That's
Jake
fine.
Paul,
Nothing can happen that you will believe.
if Jake
Well,
Paul
again-
knocks out Canelo, you guys will be like, that was rigged.
You know what? Again,
He can't win.
Let me go back to my point at the beginning.
Bro, you
One
know when
time.
it's going to be real? It'll be real when he actually loses a fucking fight like most boxers actually
Mayweather's
do.
never lost a fight.
He's
Was he-
not Mayweather,
Give
my
me a-
guy.
Bro, Mayweather's never
what
lost
the
a
fuck
fight.
are you talking
He's-
about?
He's never lost a fight. Were all
Mayweather.
his
You see
fights
where we're
rigged?
at now?
Let me
Were
go back
all his
to
fights rigged.
Let me go back
Simple
to what I
question.
said at the beginning, because this
Bro.
goes to Tito's point that you guys won't believe anything. I imagine, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, I'm just going to say what I think, that if I had told you guys 3 years ago, hey, will you think he's a decent boxer if he beats Askren, Woodley twice, and then Anderson Silva, you would have said, yeah, if he does that, you know
what?
Woodley's a striker.
You're
Fake
Anderson,
news.
you would have said,
Bro,
Fake news.
No, listen, you're 100% right. If he really
Thank you.
beat them, which he did not because they're
well, you
fixed
don't
fights.
know that.
No, they're
Yes. He
Let
did
me
not
ask
really
John,
beat them.
It
You're,
doesn't
you're
matter. It
actually,
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
bro, you're actually taking the W's. Like, he really beat Askren. He really beat.
He did beat them.
No, he didn't.
You
He
can't
did
say
beat
that
them.
like
Listen.
fact. I know it's your opinion,
You're assuming
But
that
no,
he did.
I am very much assuming.
We saw the fights.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
I
I watched.
understand.
I
We
watched those
That's
disagree.
fights.
not an
But-
opinion. We saw the fights.
Bro, can we? Let me ask you this: have you ever seen a worse fucking jab coming out of a fucking fighter? His
Yes.
left jab is,
Who?
Yes.
Who are you talking about?
bro. Jake Paul's jab.
He's
is
6
not
and 0,
that
bro.
bad.
He's just starting to do this shit.
My God.
No, he's right.
He's just starting to
right.
do this.
He's
At some
not
point,
6-0.
Mayweather was 5-0. At some point,
Yeah,
He's
those
not.
were real
he's
fights,
not
yes.
a bad 6-0 boxer. That's the reality.
That's
He's
the
not a
reality.
bad. If he
Bro.
were a young prospect that no one saw, he's not a bad 6-0
has
He
boxer.
knows that he's supposed to fight boxers to prove
Right,
himself,
and he's not.
Why was the first
Every
First
other-
calling them.
He tried
Yo.
to fight
can't. I
Fury.
Yo, when Mayweather went 5-0, who did he fight? Couple fucking ice cream people. Like, who,
Yeah,
no, he
course.
fought boxers,
bro. Like Silva
With
fought
5
a
and
boxer
20
last night.
records.
But they were boxers.
Silva's
Anders-
as good a boxer.
Anderson
as
Silva
those
is
guys.
a
Askren
boxer.
is not. Woodley
was not.
Woodley is not.
Apparently not. Apparently
Woodley's
not.
a
to show.
beginning
You're-
level boxer.
You're-
Hold up, because that's part of
What?
the body count, right? The retired basketball
Bro,
player.
yeah,
Who
you-
he
you're
absolutely
putting these guys.
sparked.
He's not a.
Bro,
he's a
he
fucking
should.
basketball
And he did.
player.
Oh my.
Holy shit!
No, but you guys
Okay.
are saying like,
Dude, do you
oh,
realize if I kick the shit out of someone with no arms, I can't claim that? You get that, right?
But he did
You
what he
fucking
should
get
have
that,
done,
right?
right? But he did what he should have done. He
So
made
if
him
I
look
do what-
stupid.
selling, yeah, bro. It's
But it's not
It's
fake.
his
though.
show.
That's what
It's
our
the
argument.
show.
Whether he's fighting bums or
Bro,
not, our argument is
do
that
you
it's
realize
not fake.
he's the promoter? It's his fucking
It's
show,
not
and he's
fake.
fighting bums. It's fake.
Okay.
It's
How
fair.
is that
We can't
fake?
argue. They
just
they
saying
know
that's-
it's fake. They didn't see anything to make it fake,
Listen,
but they know
can-
it's fake.
can
We've seen a few
can I
things
say
that
something?
make it
Go ahead.
fake.
Nothing.
Your
One was this
assumption-
weird thing before he fucking knocked out what's his name.
I
No.
believe that. I
That's
believe that.
all right.
I
No-
believe it.
no
I believe it.
boxer
I'm not even
has
gonna get
any
into
Yeah,
it.
but what? Besides that, so you assume that you would have asked me 3 years ago and said, if he beat Nate Robinson and Ben Askren and Tyrone Woodley, would you think he's
And
legit?
Anderson
And I would
Silva.
say, yeah. Is your assumption? Or
You wouldn't have said
Or I
yeah.
wouldn't. You know why? Because you asked me if he fought a retired basketball player and beat him.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Askren, who's never been known to knock anybody ever out
He
or
knocked
throw a
both
punch.
of those guys out spectacularly.
Holy shit!
Allegedly.
No,
Allegedly.
it was real.
So you're wrong because my answer would be based on who he's fighting.
Okay.
Who he's fighting does not prove that he is a world-class boxer.
So
a
I
second.
give you that because you say you would. I get it. You say you would not be impressed or whatever. Sure said he would be if the fights were real.
And
he
that-
said
If
that.
they were real, but they're not
So-
real.
This is the issue.
That's a different- you get what I'm saying?
brought up-
Yeah.
Tito brought up the right issue. Even if he would have fought boxers, you still wouldn't believe him because it's his show and you think it's fixed.
No, that's not- no,
Yes,
no.
you literally said that.
Again,
You just said that.
he
If
had
he
a
would've
fight
fought-
lined up with Tommy Fury.
I said
Tommy Fury
that
withdrew.
It is his show,
Right,
and there's
couple
all this
times.
other
And you
shit
think
going on.
it's fake.
perfectly does
If
that
he was
play
fighting
into
real
the
boxers-
narrative that Hold on.
Okay,
Let me
so
ask
Jake,
you a question.
So Jake was like, "Hey, back
no.
out." So that
But no, let me
Tommy
ask you-
Fury was like, okay.
But let me ask
No,
you
you know
a
what
question.
happens? There's tons of conspiracy theories in the world, but that couldn't fucking
They're all
happen.
coming
But
from
that-
you.
but that-
No, that
yeah,
couldn't happen.
for real.
That couldn't happen.
But that's my
Hey,
question.
a lot
like,
do, but
You can have an idea or a hypothesis, but God forbid anybody else has one. Does
Yeah.
that make sense? It doesn't. You're assuming that it's so real, right? So I got to sit here and listen to, oh, yeah, you're right. What's your talking point? Because he fought a basketball player.
It doesn't matter who he fought. He's not. He's an amateur boxer, Danny.
Lewis.
He's an amateur boxer. He could have fought me,
Lewis,
and if he
Lewis,
beats me, it's legit.
Let me ask you a question. If Wemby starts dunking on the best goalie in NHL, and he beats him 100
That's
to
not the same thing because a goalie doesn't play basketball. That doesn't make any sense.
basketball
Your
players
argument-
don't box.
A fighter is
what
a
we're saying.
fighter.
But he's-
Nobody told him to
Anderson
get in the
Silva
ring.
is not
He's
a
an amateur
basketball
fighter
Okay,
with
well,
them.
That's not a
we're
fair
going back
comparison.
to Anderson Silva is
He's
in
an
one
amateur
scenario,
fighter.
but you guys
You're
are saying
taking-
Ben
6-0.
Askren is more of a fighter than Jake Paul. You know that. He is a professional fighter. Jake Paul is a fucking YouTuber. He's an amateur
Back it up.
fighter. That's
Back
it.
it up.
I am
He
sorry
was
that you
part-
believe this.
Back it up.
Just
He is a world-class wrestler. Now, how does that translate to a boxing match?
Okay, but
Your
forget
thoughts.
all
No.
that.
Hold on.
Anderson
Hang on. Because I bet you he didn't even know that. Your thoughts, Lewis. Your thoughts. Explain.
Listen,
to me.
it's okay
No.
to agree to disagree, obviously.
You know what?
That's
Jake Paul
where
is
we're
a
at.
hell of a businessman.
He is.
I fucking love
He
what he's
is.
doing.
He's got us
'cause
talking
I
about
think
him.
that he's
He makes good money.
he's
A shit
gangsta
ton of
as
money.
shit. I think
Right.
that he's smart,
I think these fights are real.
but they're just not real.
I just
That's it.
want to go
Everything
around.
else I agree with.
I want to go around and just a yes or no because it's
Mm-hmm.
going to be wild that I even say this. Do you think we ever see Jake Paul fight Canelo?
It's a good one.
That is a good one. Just a yes or no? Fuck if I know. I really don't know.
Yes or no?
Yeah,
No.
it's a yes or no.
No?
No.
Danny?
I'm gonna say. This is tough,
Good question.
but I'm gonna say no.
No?
I'm gonna say no.
Yes.
Yes. I
Okay.
think one day.
Yeah,
They will
he'll
fight.
win. It'll be real, and he'll fucking really knock him out.
Fuck me, right?
I agree.
Fuck me, right?
What do you
Yeah.
think?
Tito?
What do you think?
Yes, money made a YouTuber go from being a YouTuber to a professional boxer who's fighting in
Allegedly.
Showtime. No, he's a professional boxer.
He's an amateur boxer, but yeah.
No. Those are professional
Those
fights.
are
You could say they're
professional
fixed or
fights.
whatever. He has a
They are
professional.
professional
Me-
fights.
He has
me-
a professional
Me
boxing
joining a
license.
pickup game in the playground and
And
killing
again,
them
I'm
doesn't
not
make
even
me
hating
in the
on the
NBA.
guy, man. I think
No,
it's
but
No, I
genius.
know,
It's
but
not-
we
it's
got to
not a
stick to
pickup game
some
in the
facts.
It's not a
He has a
pickup play.
professional
They're
boxing
professionally
license.
These are
ready
pickup
for
fights. Don't tell me this isn't a
No,
pickup
they're-
game
they're
comparison.
training
No,
for
pickup
this.
we
fights.
got to go to the facts. He's just saying he has a professional boxing license. These are sanctioned professional fights. Whatever you think happens,
Yeah.
whatever, they are professional fights.
Yep.
But these guys are training for this. It's not like they're not training for it. They're
No.
not. They're not stepping out of their
that's
job
That's
to
not
get
the
in the ring
question.
with him.
That's not in
I don't
the
think any
question.
of that's in question. I just think it's
Is-
bad. It's bad business for him to lose, and it's good
He
business
said they're
for him to
pickup.
win.
He said they're pickup fights. They're not pickup
They're not.
fights.
Bro.
A pickup
Ben
game.
Askren?
That's not a pickup fight.
Guys,
he prepared for that.
let's just say this:
Woodley.
he has
Woodley
to win.
was not a pickup
He has
fight.
to win.
We're being rude. Continue.
So it's so yes, he fights them at some point. Maybe when Canelo's older, right?
Maybe that.
But
Maybe that.
he fights him at some point because money runs the world, and he came from being a YouTuber. Well, actually, from Disney, right? But basically, making money. Money made this person a professional boxer. He has zero previous background about being a boxer. If you think about it enough, he put enough money into himself that he's now a professional boxer.
Right.
Mayweather fought Logan Paul. I think that tells us that it's
Yeah,
very
Canelo-
reasonable that
will
Canelo can fight
They
Jake
will
Paul.
fight.
Right now,
They will fight.
would I love to see a transition?
It'll be an
because-
exhibition bout.
Right.
But they'll fight.
Okay.
I don't know.
Once
No.
again,
I think
I
they'll
don't know.
fight.
Why is
A,
it all-
so no.
Right,
I
is it
think
real
they
or
will
fake?
Fight, I think they will fight a real
You
fight.
see what
one
I'm
day.
saying?
So
that
Mayweather
exhibition
fighting
shit.
Logan Paul wasn't a real fight just because it was exhibition.
That's
Mayweather was-
That's exactly the definition.
That's
That's
a real.
actually-
Still, they're fucking fighting. It's not fixed.
They're sparring.
They're
That's why it's an exhibition, sir.
Was Logan Paul
Mayweather was
sparring,
afraid
or
that
was
he was gonna get
Logan
knocked
Paul
out then.
trying to take his head off?
Logan Paul was fucking trying to do it.
So they
Okay,
weren't
so
sparring.
they
but
weren't sparring.
Mayweather,
So they weren't sparring.
Mayweather was.
So they weren't.
Mayweather can't.
Mayweather was
can't knock
dancing
him down.
circles around them, whatever.
He
and
was
just,
doing what he does with any other fight.
You
That's
know
his
what?
sparring.
So here's the thing. Yo, Jake and Logan, these fucking guys are really good boxers, bro.
Oh my god.
We're going to close out on that.
We're not even,
Closing. Great boxers. Super
Logan
legit.
Paul fights Roman Reigns in wrestling next week. By the way,
That's, yeah.
Real
I mean,
fight.
He's
That's
going
a real fight.
And when he
Speaking
wins,
of
That's a real
fixed
fight.
fights,
I literally don't
Real
have to
fight.
say anything. Like
Real
it's
fight.
just
Yep.
Jake Paul is the real deal. I
Jake
don't care
Paul,
what you
next
guys say.
starting
not
NFL
the real
quarterback.
deal, but what he's done so far is.
Will-
I'm
will
talking about
Jake-
everything, business, everything.
will-
He's the real
will
deal.
Jake
He's
Paul-
gonna
Guys
change
are-
the game.
Yo, they have an empire. They're fucking super
will
smart.
Jake Paul's fighting promotion be the next big thing?
Yep.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Will Jake Paul, the boxer, be the next big thing? Absolutely not.
Agreed.
I don't know about the
I
promotion.
probably
Their
agree with
promotion
you.
will.
I just my point is that what he's done so far, and again,
impressive.
we disagree. I don't want to get into it. I think what he's done so far is real. And it's
You
relatively
should have
impressive.
seen the routes my daughter was running in the backyard. I'm literally the best quarterback in my neighborhood.
I don't know about his production stuff. His last show that was what's the company name?
Trilla?
I don't
Thriller.
know if we're
Yeah.
talking about. When you said production, you're talking about it from that standpoint, or you mean
No,
more?
just promotion. Like he had the
No,
Katie
no, his
Taylor
promotion.
He
Yeah,
did the Katie
yeah.
Taylor
Yeah, yeah.
versus Serrano fight,
Right.
the women's fight, which was sick.
It's not Trilla. It's MVP. It's
Yeah.
No. Trilla is what they use.
They're the
Trilla
ones that
to
have
get
the
going.
licenses,
Right.
but the
But
promotion
his
company
boxing,
is
you're
called
saying
his
like
MVP.
Mayweather Promotions,
make-
Bob Arum
Exactly.
Promotions.
Yeah. His,
I mean,
his
shit,
He's
promotion
doing really
company-
well at
At
that.
this point, he was on
this is how
Showtime
you
last
do
night. That was
that.
fucking big.
But you still, again, as a boxer, you got to prove yourself. To make a promotional company that's successful, you don't really have to. You just got to talk the bullshit so people show up. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, but
He's
if that
also
was true,
done
there
a
would be
good
a lot
job of
If
mixing
he
it up
wants-
with like Eddie Hearn, the promoter from England. Like he has worked
Bro,
now
he's
with
smart.
these big guys
He's fucking
and
smart.
gotten some
and
fights.
that's what
no-
I'm trying to say. The lane
no
is the
disputing that,
promotions.
yeah.
It's not the boxing.
It's a 2-lane
So I
highway.
get-
And he's got a wide fucking truck.
He is going to change the game.
He
All
could
right,
do what he
cool.
wants at this point. He's
All right, moving on.
We're
Lewis,
gonna
all
go
right.
ahead and cut it there. That was an awesome show.
Yep.
Love it.
Comment, like, subscribe, share with your friends, share with everyone. Tell us how you disagree with.
Do you
Danny.
think the
Tell you how you
fights are
disagree with-
fixed?
Yeah,
Let us
tell
know.
us how you disagree with Shore and everybody.
Predetermined.
Jake Paul,
Wait.
keep doing your thing. JC, keep doing your thing. Steph Curry's the greatest scorer of all time.
JC's the GOAT.
Boom.
That's it.
See it?
All right, close it out. That was a long one. Was that like 2 hours?
No.